Hello friends, it's your forever DM and janitor of Dusklight Radio, TJ Lee, just dropping in at the beginning of the episode to let you know that if you have been brought here by our wonderful sponsor, the Dark Somnium, and this is the first one you're seeing of the Nightmare Detectives, please don't start here. This is episode 9. There is a playlist in the description below. If you like my voice acting on Dark Somnium, or you like the Sturgeon series, like the Nightmare Fighting Championships, the Bar series, Tortoises and Towers, The Last Sin Eater, if you like all of that shit, and you like D&D, you will love the Nightmare Detectives. It is a Monster of the Week campaign set in Sturgeon, alongside some of my close friends who give that real home brew and like fun vibe. I hope it feels like you're sitting at the table with us. I use references, I use a lot of fun video game music, and I do my best to craft a kind of tale that you already love from Sturgeon if you've heard it before. So thank you for checking this out. It means the world to me, it means the world to our entire cast. And please, if you do like it, leave a comment below. Maybe tell a friend. We're going to be putting it on Spotify at the end of the month. You know, the fact that we've already had so many people listening to this is a blessing in itself. Everyone wants to believe that their Dungeons & Dragons or Monster of the Week campaign matters outside of the DM's head and the player's heads, and you guys have proved that in this case, that is true. So thank you very much for giving up a few hours of your time, whether you're working a late shift, whether you are studying, or you're traveling, whatever you're doing. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate you giving some of it up for us. Without further ado, you'll catch me in the middle of the interlude, but I'll see you later. This is episode 9, an out-of-body experience. Okay, gang, we rejoin at a pretty important juncture in the ongoing storming of the Hotel Inertia. But in order to truly understand why we are at the moment we are, we need to do something which is pretty beautiful in storytelling we get to do, which is pan the camera away and rewind the clock by about 6 months. Possibly longer, but we're going to say 6 months. And we see a young girl strapped to a leather chair. Her ankles and her wrists are bound, and she has a device on her head. The room is dark, save for a single spotlight overhead, and gleaming eyes all around her, above and on a balcony, observing, whispering. And a voice calls out from the darkness, and it says, "Again!" And this poor girl is subjected to a spell. And the spell begins to steadily change her and alter her body chemistry. Her hands grow bigger, the skin starts to split, and she morphs into almost a half-beast before the spell fails, and she falls back into the chair, half alive, and begging for death. And the voice says, "No, again!" And someone adjacent to this voice, not timidly, but hesitantly says, "Magister Nautilus, I think we should cease for the day." "No! Again!" And Nautilus commands that this spell be repeated, and so it is. And for months on end, Emilia is subjected to ungodly amounts of pain at the hands of the Order of the Moth under Nautilus's care. And it is on one of these nights when Nautilus is on his own with Emilia that he goes in close and whispers something in her ear. And he says, "All this suffering and pain, it is not for nothing. It is for everything. You are the first of a new age of warrior, but you will not be the last. You just need to trust me. And our camera moves back over to the present, where Wendy knows that the subordinate speaking to Nautilus on that night through her own investigations was Nishandra. And the moment those doors opened and you had Kruger standing in your way, something clicked in her mind. Something that probably would have escaped all of you, except for Jericho. Which is a simple phrase that was uttered around Wendy. And it was the knowledge that Dennis Rowe called his two closest allies the right hand of creation and the left hand of destruction. And that was Kruger and Nishandra. And the only other two people that would have been close with Nautilus. Wendy saw this as an opportunity to exact revenge on the monsters that tortured her sister. And as we rejoin the Nightmare Detectives, this hits Jericho in particular, I would say, like a freight train. Because now you have a bit of a crossroads situation on your hands. And we unpause with that very same letter, which, who picked up the letter in the last session? Remind me.
It was on Indica's back, so I'm not sure.
I think you would have read it then. I imagine it would have been you that would have gone over and read it.
You can do that, yeah.
So, Jericho, you read this. Do you read this out loud or do you read it to yourself?
Loud.
Okay. What is your... Let's start with you. What is your reaction, first and foremost?
At this point, this is like after this is like picking right at the end of last episode where we just like heard this.
This is in conjunction with those screams. Yeah.
No, right now I'd say Jericho's kind of having a mental tug of war of okay, sticking to the plan, or in the literal sense, or maybe still try and say and stop Wendy from doing what she's doing. He's not taking for everything about it, but he's definitely taking a moment after hearing the commotion on what to do.
Okay. Let's just do a quick round table, just a very quick set of reactions. So, Amy, obviously, you'll be recused from this. We'll come to you in a moment. Jimmy?
Well, I don't know. I would... Because right now, dang it.
So to recap, just to help you along, you guys have just had that battle with Kruger. And you've been planning out what to do, and you were talking about, the last thing you said was perhaps Callista could take the bodies to Paint Gunkerson's Paint Accessories and Paint Emporium instead of the archive, so you can all group back up with Margot. Thank you to Lucy for the notes, because these are invaluable. At the same time, Dahlia has just collapsed to the floor after resisting a temptation with regards to her mum and dad. So that's also just kind of happening at the same sort of time.
Okay, and Kruger is also building his power right now, right? To stun all of the sentinels, correct? Or is that happening right now, or is that happening in a minute?
No, he wouldn't be doing that now. He'll be waiting for your go-ahead, and even if he was doing it, he'd have stopped when he heard that. He'd have definitely taken a moment to react to that. But no, he wasn't. He would have been waiting for you guys to decide on the plan and then gone from there.
All right, I just wanted to make sure, like, we wasn't, like, you know, in a time crunch here.
Yeah. Well, there is still a time crunch. There's definitely
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, but like we're not like, you know, like he's not freezing the sentinels while we're trying to do this either.
I think also the knowledge that Nautilus has a body on this floor has surprised him, I would say. I don't think he was aware of that, because Nautilus isn't a sentinel. Like, not to his knowledge, anyway.
So, and Wendy she just ran off as we started fighting.
You guys didn't even see her. Wendy is
we didn't even see her
easily the speediest of the group, like when she wants to be. Yeah.
I guess Jimmy, he would just look at Jericho and be like, "It's your call, man. One way or the other."
Okay.
I'm behind you either way we go.
Flebs.
Yes.
You would have heard this because of the way the communications work with the walkie-talkie. Are you already leaving to, like, try and help Amy, or are you still there listening to this?
I think I had left to go help Amy.
Okay, so did you have the walkie-talkie to be able to hear this still?
Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly what was said. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted earlier.
Essentially, there's the knowledge that Nautilus has a body on the floor, and Wendy has discovered that it's there, and that Nishandra played a part in Amelia, her sister's, torture and transformation into the monster that she became, and Wendy is going out for revenge, basically.
Okay.
And what would Flebs' response be to that, knowing the sense that Nautilus, his brother, is on the floor, or has a body on the floor, I should say?
As soon as we get Amy, we gotta go confront him.
Okay.
And help Wendy.
Dahlia, I know you're sort of in and out. I know we established that you would still hear this, but you're obviously dealing with your own thing. Do you react to this, or are you sort of still recovering?
I'm gonna say that she's still recovering, because that meltdown was pretty nuclear, I think. So.
Yep, that's fair. Okay, and Callista.
So point of clarification, is Wendy going for the bodies then?
Yeah, she's gonna go and kill Nishandra and Nautilus.
Okay, because that's sort of, like, Callista's planning to head that way anyway, so she's kind of on the... I feel like she would be in the mindset of, well, like, at least on her end, she's gonna stick to the plan, because she's gonna have to go over there regardless. I guess it's just about whether or not killing those two prematurely would affect the rest of their plan, because, like, the plan is to kill them anyway. It's just that we were going to do it at the same time.
Except
so if Wendy
Nishandra
kills those two before...
But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that Nishandra wouldn't be the one you didn't kill. Like, again, I have to refer to Jericho, but I'm pretty sure that's not something Jericho wanted to do. Or are you open to that?
Right.
He was going to explore the idea of doing what he could for her before ultimately going the route of just having to kill her. As established last episode, he promised, he told Kruger he wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, that he wouldn't kill Dennis. Okay. Okay. So what do you guys want to do at this point? Like, do you want to discuss amongst yourselves to figure this out?
I'm kind of the same thought process with Callista is right now. I'm not sure, like, how much it throws off the plan if they die in unsynced.
Like, they'd probably... Like, Nautilus and Nishandra would just, like, disappear, right? If they got killed. Well, I guess they'd have to... I don't know. If Wendy started to kill them, like, their bodies, would they come back to the floor to fight, or would they just, like, disappear from where they are, wherever their specters are?
I'll give you some
I don't even know what Nautilus is doing.
I'll give you some info, but you'll have to roll for others. So one thing I should, as I said, I'll re-mention, you didn't know Nautilus was on this floor, because as far as you know, Nautilus is not a sentinel.
Yeah, we don't really know what he's actually doing right now.
You don't know what his purpose is. So killing him may not work the same way it does for the others, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The second thing you got to consider is Wendy is a very intelligent woman, but she's blinded by rage, right? And, you know, the whole thing with Jimmy. And granted, you know, that's what she was teaching Jimmy, but granted, this is a pretty special circumstance. It's the sister she lost, and she finds out they've been torturing her. And she's far more, like, quick and powerful. Like, when you guys faced her in Yharnam, that's a Wendy under control of something else. Wendy, with her mind, is probably even more intimidating. And she isn't thinking of the others. I don't think she didn't say in the letter, oh, I'm going to go and eliminate them all myself. She made a point of, I'm finding Nashandra and Nautilus, and that could definitely cause problems if she starts an alarm and you aren't ready for it. It's probably the other thing I'd say.
Right. That's sort of what I was thinking. Like, that's sort of what I meant by, like, killing them out of sync is if they die, if they suddenly, or at least Nashandra, if Nashandra suddenly died, then, like, would the other Sentinels notice and come fight before Callista can move the rest of the bodies, I guess, is the main concern right now. So
the last bit of information I'll give you for free, and then I want you guys to discuss, is I want you to think about this like Deathloop, which if you don't know what Deathloop is, it's a video game on the PlayStation. And the idea is that you have to kill every member of the elite group in one run, or if you don't, they will just keep coming back. Because they're all synced together. And that's kind of the way I've done this mechanically. If you don't kill them all, they will, at the very least, from what you know, I won't say they're going to come back, but they will know that one of them has been severed. Because it's impossible for them to not know. They're all sharing the same dream, if you will. So when you break one psychic link, they're all immediately alerted to it. It's like the twin phenomenon. They know what the other is sort of thinking and feeling on a certain level. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that
sort
for
of what
free.
I was afraid of. Okay.
One last quick question. If so, saying after going off what you said, like if all of them like don't die, then they just keep respawning. Is that the same situation with say with Kruger's body and Nish's body?
You're gonna have to roll for that one, buddy. Sorry. That would you.
What would you want me to roll for that?
If you want to know now, that's a really good question. What do I want you to roll for that? What do you think the roll should be? I want you guys to also use in your own interpretations, and if you can make a good argument, I'll let you roll for that. What do you think the roll should be?
My thought process is if it's like kind of dissecting like the magic of it, it will be used magic, but for this it might be read a bad situation with the idea of like you ask like what are the dangers you haven't seen.
Sure, you could say it's read a bad situation. Now when you said magic, that's interesting because I would have said a weird roll, but you're saying the idea of detecting their magic. Is that what you're saying? You want to look and see?
Yeah. The idea of kind of like taking it more of like a studied route about it, like mentally like dissecting the idea of okay, how does the spell work? What and if X variable is met, then what is the Y variable?
I think it's a use magic roll, and I'll tell you why, because there's an effect on there that is perfect for this. So I'm gonna say it's a use magic roll, bud.
All right.
It also allows me to be a little bit vague without lying. So yeah, roll use magic.
That's fair.
Oh, a 13.
Let's go.
All right,
Nice.
I got to start reading out these rolls for the audience. Okay, 13. So on a 13, that is a complete success, and I will give you an added benefit. Okay, so just to clarify, what you're trying to do is to determine if the same thing would happen with Kruger and Nashandra, correct?
Yes.
Are you looking for Nautilus as well, or just those two? Or are you looking for all of them? Like, I need to know specifically who you're looking at. That's really important for how I answer this.
In the scope of the question, all of them, as Jericho's trying to figure out what exactly how the basically like the sentinel ritual or
Okay.
how their connection works.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's time for a little bit more Tej lore while using improv. Awesome. So, the way that magic is operated in this world is similar to the chakra system that we understand in human beings, and also in Naruto, if you will. It runs concurrently with the cardiovascular system. So when you cast your third eye, Jericho, you're not just seeing like the traces of magic we talked about, the fine threads. When you really focus, and I mean really, like right now, with all your skill, you can't, it sounds silly to some people, you can't move while you're looking this deep. But you can see everything. You see life energy. And that's important because as you look around the room, you're trying to, within the span of 15 seconds, I would say, 20 seconds, you're trying to gauge what you can learn in this room and follow the narrative thread of okay, let's look at everybody and then look at Kruger. You're almost dreading looking at Kruger because you're trying to confirm a horrible theory. You look at Dahlia, and Dahlia is self-soothing, sitting down, not making any attention to themselves, like just reprocessing. And they have a normal human body, but there is a glow around them. And it permeates at the top of their head. And you look, and it's in their pineal gland, which is responsible for producing how we dream and things like that. And it is in overdrive. And it's sending out this huge signal. And you know through your training that means they're psychically gifted. Now, you know this already, but for the purposes of how this process works, it's important I explain it. You look over at Jimmy, and Jimmy has two separate systems running through his body. One for his human form with the gauntlet, which is just radiating ancient energy, like ancient magic, that is not even in use anymore. And then he's got his true system, which is his Sasquatch body. Relatively normal, simple. You look over at Callista, who is just brightness. It is this almost incomprehensible brightness, which to some people be divine intervention. It's a holy body, but to you, it's scientific, it's clinical. She is a being not of this world, therefore her systems are not going to conform to the things you understand them to be. So, in that respect, it's still normal within the parameters. And if Flebs and Margot were there, they would just look normal. Nothing remarkable within them, aside from Flebs would have a slight glow to him. But you look at Kruger, and man, Kruger is just a beast. Having the elements of magic like you, his body is so busy, and it's like looking at a superhighway. You have these particles of light and sparkles dancing within him and running through his body and mainly coalescing in his hands, these great fists of power. And you look up to the head, and you see a very strange, it's almost like a hood, and it runs around his face, and there's a very thin thread, and it's not very strong, it doesn't look very big, but it is running through the doors, and it's going out into the hallways. And you follow that, but it's like we're looking at deep electrical cables, because the energy that's running from there through to the floor, like a pulse, it's not very strong. But you see that there are others, a dozen others, that are very strong, very active. These black cables pulsating a yellow energy. And it does look like Kruger is attached to them, but not as much as the others, which look like they're reinforced, strong. His looks fragile, broken almost. And sure enough, you can see that there is another broken cable in there. And there is one other cable where you don't see where it goes, because you can't follow this for forever. But it is like highlighted with this other green bright color, like a multi-thread running through it. Sure enough, to give a long story short, yeah, it looks like they're all connected, but there are two very fragile cables amongst them, and one of them goes to Kruger.
In this moment, is Jericho able to kind of discern where where those like almost threads or like in a sense like magical-esque like cables lead to?
No, you would be able to if So two things need to happen. Someone would need to physically take you. You would not be able to do anything else, because this is a strain on your body. And you would need to do a separate roll, just to follow one of them. So for every roll you do that is not a fail, I will let you follow that thread. And if you get a complete success, I'll let you know exactly where it is. But you will need to roll for each one you want to follow, because they're not all in the same place. But certainly, you could do that, and you have a strategy, at least. But, again, if you're going to let Kruger do his thing, it doesn't really matter in that respect. It depends on how you want to do it, because right now you've got a couple options ahead of you. You can go and follow to find Wendy, and try and deal with that first, and then have Kruger do his thing, or you can just have Kruger do his thing. It's not my call. It's up to you guys to figure it out.
Okay. I'm gonna take all that for mental note for a moment. And Jericho's going to kind of turn back to the group.
I think we need to go get Wendy, because if she alerts the rest of the sentinels, we're gonna get jumped. And we're gonna get our asses beat. So I think we need to go deal with her first, because she's kind of knocking our plan off by going after Nishandra and Flebs' brother.
D makes, well, honestly, a scary accurate deduction that I was gonna say. We need to stop. We need to stop Wendy from desync them by her killing Nishandra first. No, swear. He put his right arm up. Scout's honor. This has nothing to do with our past relationship. It's purely about the plan.
You're sure? Because I mean, look, I trust you at your word, but you just made a promise. That's kind of not reassuring to hear.
If Nish ends up getting killed too soon, and the other sentinels come flooding back to this floor before we have all their body locations and all of them gathered up, my promise kind of goes out the window, because we're all gonna be dead.
Jericho, you don't.
I'm not
need
saying
to
that
kill
we.
her.
Huh?
Okay, look. You don't need to kill her. You just need to sever the connection. Look, if you.
I'm not saying we kill her. I'm saying we stop the Wendigo from killing her.
Right, but I'm telling you this to help you. If you go in there and you can sever that connection with magic, it'll look like she's dead, but she's not dead. You feel me?
I feel you. Also, where's your body?
My body is not far from Nish's. If you can get to Nish's, you'll find mine.
Who the fuck? You guys don't have room numbers? You be more specific with that?
I mean, sure, but look, I'm trying to not be cryptic because you fucking hate cryptic puzzle shit. So when I tell you that my floor number, my room number is 9X and hers is 1312, does that make any sense to you? Because I feel like it's just unnecessary information.
What? Oh, it's the one hotel that doesn't have like door plaques or something now. Okay. I'm sorry. You've been
Jericho,
here. I
it's
haven't.
A magical floor. It's designed to repel people. Think of it like an organism. When it's threatened, what does it do? It pushes people away. It doesn't want you coming near it. But you can see those threads. Like I can. Like anyone from our school can. No one else can. Apparently, your friend can smell treachery and problematic individuals that seek to threaten her. That's something new. But she's also from the hotel. So it makes sense she'd have some connection. You find Nish, you'll find me. But Jericho, the rest of them, you can't do that technique to the rest of them. Your plan has to still follow the same principles.
Oh, trust me, brother. It 100% does. I did not plan on coming here to save all the sentinels. We're the only ones I care about.
All right.
Hey, I said the ones I care about.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Look, you guys gotta act quick. I don't know how far it is from here, but if she can smell out the room, she's got a head start on you.
All right, and I care real quick. Endicott can't leave the elevator, right?
No, not not until Flebs has left the archives. But again, you can make that call. If once Flebs is out, and we're gonna jump to Flebs in a minute anyway. Once Flebs is out, he can leave that elevator. But once he's done, like once the elevator doors have closed without him, the archive is gone. Because right now, because I think he walked around the corner or something like that as a comical bit, but he hasn't left the area. No, but
okay, but he can physically get out of the elevator. That's what I was asking, right?
Yeah, he can, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, if that door closes, he's not on it. The archive will disappear.
Can I make a suggestion here, Jericho?
I'm all ears.
Okay, so hold on, Tej, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need Endicott for Jericho to cast his
Absolutely.
magic?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jericho. Okay. Let me say
mighty.
this. Jericho could try without Endicott. If he did, he has, and this is not me pulling this out my ass. He has a 30% chance of pulling it off. That's it.
Well, never mind. Never mind. My suggestion is null and void now.
That's why Endicott's come along, because he's basically there to guide Jericho to help him with that.
Well,
Yeah, out of character as well. This is where I'm right there with you. I'm trying to make all this work, and I'm running in dead ends.
Well, my thing is it's like we need Flebs and Margot, right? Endicott can make he has a way for the elevator to go where he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
We could have. I was gonna suggest we have Endicott go pick up Flebs and then pick up Margot.
I mean,
then come back. But I don't know if we have time for all that, because I don't know how. I mean, I understand us that are here now, myself, Callista, Dahlia, and Jericho. We could move on and try to find Wendy and stop her from doing her thing while Endicott does that. As well as find the bodies, and I mean, we don't have to move them real far. I mean, we could do this right here on this floor, essentially, where we just fought Krieger in the open, no one can see the roof entry hall to the 13th floor.
That's true. The only reason we were going to Pink Gunkers was to get Margot, but if Flebs goes there,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And if Endicott goes and gets Flebs from the archives, and then goes to Pink Gunkerson and gets Margot and Pink Gunkerson, because she ain't gonna leave him there to die. She already decided that.
Yeah, not after all of that crap I just went through. Jesus.
I know.
Good job.
I mean, but I mean, then they could come back, and then we'd have the full gang. We'd be at full strength for when we go to move the bodies, with Callista moving the bodies all to the entry hall there, and then Jericho could use the Stormbringer magic and to take out all the bodies at once, and then then we just have to worry about finding his memory here on this floor.
Yeah. I just have one logistical question about that, which I think it's a great idea, because that's true. The only reason we're going to a different floor was at first to get to an open space, but it seems like this is that, like it is an open space. But then to meet up with Margot, which can happen while we're doing other stuff. But so if Callista flies the bodies back to the lobby here, like how will everybody else get there also?
Well, I mean, technically, if you're taking the bodies, right? You only need the only person that needs to go with you besides the bodies is Jericho. Right? Everyone else could technically come back on foot.
Okay. So Callista would fly back the bodies and Jericho?
Well, yeah, because that way Jericho would be there. So it's like, because we're not gonna have much time from when Krieger does his thing till we have to have the bodies destroyed.
Right. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
Yeah. So Callista would have to fly the 11 bodies or whatever, 10 bodies or 11 back to the entryway with Jericho, so he could, use the Stormbringer magic to, destroy the 11 bodies of the 11 other.
I think we still need to destroy all 13 of them.
May I make a suggestion?
I can sever 2 of them.
Yeah, he can sever.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Okay.
That's why I was saying 11.
I have a slight suggestion to just help with this a little bit. One of the ways that you could do the flying with all the bodies, because I think the other thing is you haven't considered how do you fly 11 bodies out. Yes, there's a pillar of like feathers, but hear me out on this. And I also want to hear from Dahlia, because Dahlia's been very quiet. But what I think you should do, forget the whole walking on foot. You should all be standing in a circle around the bodies and holding hands, which allows a circular connection, and then you all go together. Bodies are in a circle, bodies are piled up in the middle, you're holding hands, so you're connected to Callista. Callista marks the fly, you all go.
Okay. I mean, that's an amazing idea as well.
Purely because I didn't know if you were going to get there, and we can't have 3 episodes of planning. So
yeah.
Dahlia, just real quick, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea for Callista and Jericho to go handle that, and the rest of us can go try to grab Wendy.
You can't do it without Jericho. One thing I'll say, because Jericho needs to sever those. If Jericho doesn't go with you to sever the connections to Nish and Kruger, they will go. They will die with them. So Jericho has to be with you when you try to take down Wendy. That's one thing I would say.
Okay.
Then what if we
We
switched
need to
up?
go get Wendy first, is what you're saying, though, because, like I said, we're gonna get jumped the second
Yeah.
that she
100%.
does something stupid.
I think all of us are trying to go. I think the plan right now is that all of us will go get Wendy while Endicott gets Flebs and Margot and brings them to the 13th floor to join us.
Yeah.
Right?
That is from what it sounds like, that is your best plan, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going for. So like all of us will stay where we are.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna try to go after Wendy, but stay on the 13th floor. I mean, while Endicott tries to bring Flebs and Margot to us.
Okay.
So that we're all together.
All right, let's resolve this scene real quick, then. So we're going to bounce over to Flebs and Amy, who I'm just conscious did not do a lot last session. So who's going to ask Endicott? Who is still bleeding.
I'll just ask him.
He's still bleeding, I should mention.
I'll heal him in there.
Okay.
I thought we resolved that.
I don't think anyone... Wait, did he get healed? Oh, no, he did. He got healed by Kruger,
Yes.
but he's...
Kruger healed everybody.
Yeah, no, he did. So he's just vibing. He's, like, sitting there just, like, grasping, where the hell is my computer dust? Jesus. Endicott is going through it. Ah, Jericho, my boy. Yes, what can I do for you?
We need to make a slight pivot on the original plan.
Oh, I love pivoting. It's my favorite dance move.
Honey, remember our 2 redheads? We need you to go get them for us.
Oh, I love redheads. They're my favorite type of hair color. Where are they?
Paint Gunkerson's Paint Emporium?
Paint fucking Gunkerson. What did I do to deserve this? Why do you hate me?
Things with the price of knowing me.
Hey man, you said you liked pivoting, so pivot yourself over to Paint Gunkerson.
Would you like to go and spend time with Paint Gunkerson, Dahlia?
She's not going.
I'd literally rather slit my own throat.
Right, so maybe drop the attitude, because you know what I've got to go and deal with, Paint fucking Gunkerson. Fine, but if that little shit tries to put paint mace on me again, I swear.
You don't have to bring him. We just need the 2 redheads.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'll just leave him.
Also, if it helps, I do think Paint is close to death. So
Yes, you need to bring Paint Gunkerson.
Do you guys know that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Flebs
Flebs told us.
Oh, right. Okay.
On the radio.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So, do you want me to, finish him off? Give him a little.
Yes.
We kind of don't do the whole finishing them off thing.
Well, she just said yes. I mean, now I'm getting mixed signals here.
Margot made a deal to save his life, so I would say we don't go against that. Considering the implications that said deal is going to have.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. I suppose. Wait. Deal? What deal?
We can't focus on that right now.
I want to know more about this when I get back. But fine. I am, of course. I am loyal to the cause. And I am Endicott the Effervescent, Warlock of the World Unseen, Scourge of the Bullies, and Constant Thorn on the side of Justice, 6-star General of the Unification War between Sturgeon and
We don't have time.
Time crunch, but that's fine.
Oh, fine. No. It could just be the last time I speak to you. Fine, all right. Okay, I'm going. Look, Jericho, if you could. And he kind of gestures to you, coming closer.
I lean in.
Jericho, whatever you hear in there, you must keep your cool. Do you understand?
Understood. We'll do my best. No, I'll do better than my best.
You'll do.
That's a high bar, actually. Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll do good. We'll do good.
Be vigilant, my boy. Okay, he pushes the button, and as the door closes, he does a suck it crotch chop, and the door's shut. Okay, before we bounce over there, Jericho, as I've explained, if you want to hone in on where they are, you can use your magic roll, and I'll let you roll in a second before we jump over, but someone's going to have to carry you, because you're basically going to be inert. You can guide them, but you can't do any other action, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll carry him.
I figured you might. Alright, so,
Or Princess carry him too.
Oh, beautiful.
That's all I ever wanted.
Actually,
Scary.
I feel like that would be really bad for you seeing where to go. So I feel like you should be riding on his shoulders like a child.
Oh, I'm cool with that too.
I need you to ratatouille. I need you to ratatouille.
That's what I was gonna ask if Callista was
Jericho
the
is
only
about
person
to be
carrying
the
me.
prettiest passenger princess.
Yeah.
ever.
Well, see, I wasn't thinking princess. I was thinking ratatouille. Like, you pull.
Is he,
Yeah.
oh, he's just like pulls the hair. Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe he's like on one shoulder, like princess style sitting, one shoulder, where he could hit the queen wave as we walk.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, he could, but he's basically like paralyzed. Like when he does this, he can speak, but he can't really do much else. But okay. Jericho, give me a magic roll, bud, and then we will know where we're gonna be at when we come back. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. You open your eyes and you have immediately honed in on that specific thread that is slightly broken. And it is taking you out of the left door, which opens this like endless hallway, which is like one of those like hotel hallways, which just looks identical to everyone else's, but you're able to follow it. And do you say anything to Kruger before you go?
I kind of want Kruger to follow us. Would that not be like the? What do you guys think? Would that not be like the smarter thing? It's like as soon as we like do disconnect the first two, we can have him do the overload.
I mean,
Would you not want him there when you're ready to do it, or?
No, I'm saying we probably would want him there. So like I was saying, I assume I assume that first he would just come along with us.
yeah, I mean, I would be for that, 'cause like you said, because like once you sever the niche in Kruger threads, then he could go ahead and hit the power button essentially, and we could just gather up and bamf on out of there.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
I mean but
I think that'd be the best course of action. Like, I'm thinking about it like kind of mentally. Like as soon as like those two get disconnected, they're like if they're all connected through like this magical like feed, then I'm pretty sure the others will notice that the person who shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can Kruger still do it if he gets disconnected?
Shit, I don't know.
That was the most. All
What the
right.
fuck?
Bro, let's.
That was the most ominous.
I think you should. Then this is just my opinion. I think you should probably focus on the first problem before you worry about anything else. Wendy and Nish are your priority right now. What happens after is what happens after. That's my take. But hey, it's your game. If you want Kruger to go with you, you'll have to roll a charm check because he's pretty dedicated. I don't think he wants to be a part of the ugliness that's going to occur aside from disabling them. But you can certainly try to convince him.
Actually, look, so he doesn't. Actually, now think about it, he does not have to go. As soon as he sorts himself out, I can after that point, disconnect him before we do the whole body smashing thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you say anything to him before you go, or are you just gonna get straight on it?
Like as I'm on like Jimmy's shoulder and we're walking away, it's like okay, Kruger, we're gonna make this plan work. Love you, bye.
All right. Love you too, bud. Okay, bye. Drink plenty of water.
Don't double cross us.
It's not really in my character arc. Okay.
That was
all right.
surprisingly wholesome.
Have to make sure.
Kruger's a good boy. Okay, we're gonna switch over. So let's go to Margot first. So Margot, actually no. You know what? We'll go to Flebs because I'm conscious that Flebs had the least of our last session. So, Flebs, you have already started walking towards where the hotel door is, correct?
You mean the elevator?
The elevator. Excuse me.
Yeah. So, am I gonna have help getting there, or do I have to randomly?
No. You'll have help. I'm just making sure that. Is there anything you want to do within the archive, in the computer, like on the computer, before you make a beeline for the doors? Because obviously Endercott's going to be there when you go over.
I think I'm in such a rush. I just ran for the elevator door.
Okay. Yep. So you kind of go over there, and I suppose really at this moment, Flebs wouldn't really be thinking, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to, get there? But like the door's open, and Endicott is just kind of there, arms open. It drops a computer dust canister behind him. Ah, my partaking friend. Unfortunately, I don't have any computer dust left, but I'm assuming you're joining me. I was trying to get to Paint Gunkerson's Paint Accessories and Paint Emporium, but well, you pushed the button, so thanks for pulling me off course.
Actually, I need to go there too.
Oh,
so
marvelous.
Let's go.
Yes, let's do it. All right, on our way to Paint fucking Gunk. What is your opinion on Paint Gunkerson?
He's a cool guy.
Hmm.
I like him.
Have you been taking my extra strong computer dust?
No, not at all. I like him, and I think maybe you should ask him for some computer dust paint.
He narrows his eyes at you, and I think he's genuinely considering putting a damaging spell on you, and thinks better of it, and just says,
"What if I got the paint and shared it with you?"
Computer dust is a sacred thing passed down from elders. It should not be tampered with paint. Now, if you want to be the kind of freak that drinks paint, far be it from me to stop you, but never try to sully the good name of computer dust with... How would that work? How would computer dust and paint work?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Paint Gunkerson.
I would prefer if you didn't share computer dust with Paint Gunkerson. It's kind of my thing. He has paint. I have computer dust. These two could just be separate.
Okay.
No worries. It's my steez. You're fucking with my steez right now. But if that's what you want to do, no. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go on a paint-addled journey, that's fine.
Well, I mean, when we're done, yeah.
Well, and so the button's been pushed, and the elevator's going down, and it's kind of awkward, and he just kind of looks at you and says, "So I heard Nardless is your brother."
Yeah, he's a little shit.
That's one way of
He's
putting
acting
it.
up.
Yes, yes. Strange, he speaks
Yeah, I
like
don't really...
he speaks like me rather than like you. I find your voice far more soothing. I wish he spoke like you, but
Oh, thank you. Well, he really liked Lord of the Rings as a kid. I think that's where he got it from. Gandalf, probably.
That explains why he spent a lot of time around me in his early days. Why is he like this, Flebs? I mean, you must have some insight into him.
Not really. We never got to know each other. I was kidnapped when I was young, and then I didn't see my family again until I was like 30.
30? How long were you gone for?
Double check my bio.
Like over 2 decades. About
I was
25 years.
gone for 21 years.
21? My goodness. I mean, mortals have short lives, but 21 years is 21 years. That's, you can go to prison for less time for murder. I should know. Wizard duels aren't exactly sanctioned under law. Still.
You freak.
Well, that's, I've heard about you, Flebs, about the 19-year-old girls. Perhaps we shouldn't throw stones in glass houses, hmm?
Hey, she was 21.
Well, that's not what you started saying. I'm just saying.
I thought she was 19.
Yeah, well, that kind of makes it worse, my friend. And I'm over 300 years old, and I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot barge pole.
Yeah, that doesn't help my case.
Perhaps be careful using the word freak. Hmm? So what was your thought process seeing him again after so long, a reunion of that kind? Must have been.
I thought he'd be cool, but he's not. And then I saw this flashback of Jericho's, and he was a little shit when he was a kid.
Yes.
So something must have happened to him. I don't remember him being shitty.
Yes, I wish I could help you there. He was always damaged from the time I knew him. And he got worse the older he got.
I hope it wasn't something I did.
Well, it's not my place.
I'll have to ask him.
If you can get anything out of that man, good luck to you. But it's not my place to discuss his experiences. I think that's a conversation for the two of you.
Yeah, if anyone can, it'd be me. So we'll see.
Yes. Okay. And the doors open, and we'll finish your scenes because we're gonna put these two together. Margot, we'll rewind by a few minutes. You are standing there in the aftermath of the deal you made. And Paint Gunkerson is lying on his desk that you saw him on, and still bleeding, but not as bad. But he is pale and breathing very shallow. What do you want to do?
Can I look around for something to use for, like, emergency first aid to start trying to...
Yeah.
Healing paint.
Yeah.
Healing paint! Is there healing paint?
That's a great question.
Paint the wounds away.
Yeah, roll to read a bad situation. Oh wow, 14.
Ooh!
14, bravo.
Damn.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you look
Saving his
around
fucking
and
life today.
obviously much like the original, I'm gonna put it back up, but the original view you guys had, it was pretty barren. Like in a kind of feng shui, like this does spark joy kind of way, where like, you know, the building, it kind of had these really kind of relaxing vibes about it. So you don't find anything immediately because you're like, well, where the fuck is everything? Like, you know, it's kind of unusual. And it takes a minute, and you decide to look under the desk. And when you do, you find that there is a paint emergency kit. And you open up this this container, and it has the little paint eggs you saw before. And one of them says break in case of damage or emergency. And you break it, and there's like this brackish white paint fluid. And it looks like paint to you as a normal human being, but you read the instructions and it says pour paint on the wound. And you do. And it cauterizes the wound weirdly as soon as it comes in contact with the damage. And paint screams. And after a minute he stops and he's just lying there again, breathing very softly, but yeah, it looks like you stopped the bleeding at least.
Sir, anything... Is he out of immediate mortal danger then if I've stopped the bleeding, or do I need to do anything else?
It looks like he's out of immediate mortal danger right now, yeah. He is his eyes are like he's trying to open them. Like he is struggling with the pain though.
Okay.
As he's like it looks like he's like as he's breathing, he's like trying to say like mumble something.
What is it?
So you lean in, yeah?
Yeah, leaning in.
He's just like, my motherfucker, come near me. I'm gonna put that bitch in my mace paint. I swear to God, fucking unbelievable shit. Do you believe this shit? It's just like, yeah, he just wants revenge.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. Okay, then yeah, as long as he's okay, unless there's some sort of pain relieving paint egg. In the kit.
Doesn't look like there is, but you don't really know what the other ones do. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
You could just try one and roll for it.
And yeah, am I allowed to, like, are there instructions on any of the other ones, or just that one?
I'm trying to think of what I'd get you to roll for that. So you got a 14, so you know what it is, but, like, you know what the box is. Give me a sharp roll. Okay, got a 10. Yeah, there's a few in there. There is an invigorating paint. There is a like a relaxing, like morphine style paint. There is an erectile dysfunction paint. And there is a suicide paint. Don't know why that's there, but it's there.
Cool. All right. Can I put all of these? I'm going to give him the morphine one. And then can I put the other two in my inventory for later?
You want to take suicide? Okay, yeah. Wait, and actually, no, that's the less sus one. Why do you want erectile dysfunction paint?
To give to Endicott. Or anybody.
To Endicott?
I'm just curious.
So you're assuming Endicott can't get it up? Okay. All right. Okay. Well.
Anybody.
All right.
I won't actually.
I'm gonna let you. All right. No, I'll let you take him. Yeah. And you want to give him the morphine paint?
Yeah. Giving him the morphine one.
All right. So you unscrew the top, and you kind of feed it to him, which to you is just going against every instinct you have because it's paint. But it once it's in his system, his eyes roll back and he's just like, oh, fuck that. There's the good shit. God damn. And yeah, he looks like he's okay. Looks like he's chilling. And the elevator doors open and Endicott and Flebs emerge. And from a distance, Endicott calls out to you. It's Margot, the one I've had the least interactions with. I see you're looking after Paint Gunkerson. Wonderful. Are you trying to kill him? I could turn around and pretend it's not happening. Dahlia would be very pleased with me.
The opposite, unfortunately. Just had to save his life. So, there we go. But,
well, you're not in... well, we're not all made of sterner stuff, but I understand you have to do something, you know. They said you made a deal. What kind of deal?
How do you know about that?
Well, we all know. We have Flebs told us. So obviously, yeah, Margot doesn't know that was recorded or like broadcasted. So
I had no idea.
So, what do you do, Margot? You can react how you want to react. Flebs has been punched. Flebs has been punched many times.
What deal? I didn't take any deal. You guys are seeing things. No. Yes, I was approached by someone and he was dying. I had no choice.
But what do you mean, someone? Who approached you?
She called herself the concierge.
Oh, fuck.
The concierge. Oh, okay. And what did she do? What did she say?
She gave me something, and it was either I let Paint Guggerson die, or I took this deal and I took it.
And what happened when you took the deal, Margot Sloan?
I was given... What? I was, She gave me this binding charm. I don't know what it does. I don't know what this is. She just gave me this and a message, and no other instructions beyond that, other than just to hold on to this.
And pray tell, Margot Sloan, did she change after you took the deal? Did
Yes.
she change into something with horns?
Yes.
Endicott grabs at his chest with a kind of horror that you normally would reserve for someone who's just seen a dead body. And he falls back against the wall and is breathing very heavily as he looks at you. And he shakes his head and says, "You stupid girl. Do you have any idea what you've done?"
Hey, she didn't notice. Don't call her
Of course
stupid.
I don't know. What
Endicott.
was I gonna
No,
do? Just
Flebs,
let
I
him
don't want to hear a
bleed out in
fucking
front of
word
me?
from you. He kind of points at you, Flebs, like shaking hand. He's like, You are not a part of this right now.
Alright.
He is like the kind of happy-go-lucky personality is just not there. He is manic with like terror and anger. I'm sorry, Margot, what did you say?
I already don't remember anymore. It's okay.
But the moment, and Flebs, you're quite right to scold him, but he just is not having any of it. And he walks up to you, Margot, and he holds his hand out and says, "Show me the binding charm."
And I do.
He looks at it, and you see something in the heart behind him like flicker. And he turns away, and he's got his back to you, and he's shuddering. And he says, "Forgive me. You are only human, and you have your pain and you have your losses. I'm sorry I lost my temper, but both of you, the Gravediggers are the greatest threat to Sturgeon. You can't reason with them. You can't fight them. You can't stop them. You can only join them. And that is a fate worse than death. There are things I could tell you about them that would make you weep until your soul was nothing more than an ember threatening to be extinguished against the winds of time. But I will save you that. I hope the deal was worth it, Margot Sloan. And Mr. Taylor, I apologize, but they are going to come for you too. And no matter how many times I tell you to resist,
Shit.
they're getting smarter, wiser, more wily. I have seen these things march their way across civilizations and erode them till nothing is left. And I fled to this hotel, and for centuries I have remained here trying to safeguard against that threat. But it seems they're getting better. The 13th floor, the concierge, they are the least of our worries if they get more powerful. It'll be the end of all of us. Endless, ceaseless death.
That is not good.
He kind of...
You don't say.
He's kind of a mess, but he takes a deep breath and tries to shrug it off unsuccessfully and says, "None of that matters if we don't assist our friends. Is Mr. Gunkerson movable?"
I think so. As long as we're careful, he should be fine. He's higher than a kite, so he shouldn't feel much.
He, I don't think he's even paying attention to how damaged he is. He just picks him up. He's not being gentle with him.
Okay.
But you're right to warn him, but he just kind of... He looks back at you and says, have you looked at the footage on that drive?
No.
If I were you, I wouldn't. It won't make the pain any easier. And he carries on walking. He goes over to the elevator doors, like, do you two want to talk or ask him anything before carry on? Because it's an intense moment.
I sneak up to Paint Gunkerson. I'm like, hey, you got any computer desk paint? We kind of helped you out, you know. Maybe you could.
You're asking a man who is
something.
You're hitting him up for drugs while he's like...
Hey, no, I'm gonna let this happen, but he is extremely high on morphine, and he is just basically shook hands with Lady Death. Give me a charm roll, but buddy, if you don't get that success, whew, well, I already know what he's gonna do, so it's fine. Yeah, give me a charm roll. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well,
Oh boy.
I was gonna throw it on a sentinel or something.
You were gonna throw drugs on a sentinel.
Yeah.
You were gonna throw drugs on a spectral sentinel.
They can't fight if they're tripping balls.
That's fair. Okay. Let me throw this out to y'all. What do you think should happen to someone who asks an incapacitated, extremely high and near-death individual being carried by an all-powerful wizard for drugs? What do you think should happen? Yeah, let's make this a group conversation.
I think he should just point off randomly, and Flebs should have to go pick up whatever he pointed at.
Oh,
No
I
matter.
did not think of that.
Random.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck happens.
Oh.
Whatever happens, happens.
That's a good idea.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Could be useful.
That's better
maybe
than
not.
whatever I was thinking.
All right, hold on. Let me switch the tone up here real quick. We need to change the tone for this scene.
Oh my god.
So,
The
Endicott,
whiplash.
Endicott's looking at you and it's just like, you know, I'm still very fucking scared and angry, but I respect a brother who is on the grind. Trying to get those big doinks in Amish, I respect it.
Trying to upgrade from computer desk already.
And Paint Gunkerson's eyes are wide for a minute, and he looks at you and is like, "Oh, you want that special stuff, don't you? Well, shit, I can't use none of it because I'm gonna be in with Paint Jesus for a while. So, go under my desk. There's a Holy Paint Bible, and if you go over to Genesis, you'll find some of the good stuff. It's been hollowed out. It's some good shit, let me tell you."
All right.
You gonna do it? Well, of course you do. You got 6. The moment you walk off out of earshot, Paint looks at Endicott and looks at Margot and goes, "You dumb son of a bitch." You go pick it up, and it's marked Paint Gunkerson's quote-unquote special, quote-unquote paint. Now, do you take it now, or do you just hold on to it?
I'll just hang on to it.
Okay. You have to use it before you leave the hotel in Asher.
Okay.
Okay. I am making a note. Because I know exactly what that is.
I think you should try some, Flebs.
Yeah, you should totally
just
try
like a
some.
Can I
thumbnail
just
or
take
something.
a tiny bit of it?
Hey,
See what it does?
what little day
Like
you'll be seeing Paint
Yeah.
Jesus and me. You could, yeah, all right.
Just like a micro dab?
It's
Yeah,
so
you can
fucking
microdose.
important,
You-
should try it.
You could
Like that
microdose.
one night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, microdose it, and then give me a tough roll once you've done that. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That tolerance.
No, that is some tolerance. So you take it, and it is. How would I describe this? Man, I would love to give you explosive diarrhea, but I can't do that. One, that's too gross, and two, it won't make sense for the game. All right, you take it, and the heavens open up, and a paint can with wings and a halo with thorns starts descending from the heavens. And it is like complete with a choir and everything as it comes down and is looking at you and says, "Hello, Flebs Taylor, my child. I see you've imbibed in the holy paint. Would you like to come to paint heaven with me?"
Paint heaven.
Well, yes. There's always.
Can I come back?
No, it's paint heaven. Are you? It's the afterlife, Mr. Taylor. But it's a heaven with paint everywhere, as far as the eye can see. You have passed the test.
No,
Oh. Well,
I'd rather not.
I wasn't expecting that. Well, I suppose Paint Satan will have some fun with you. And then, Flebs, you feel a searing pain in your butt. Because from below, a paint-riddled pitchfork has jammed its way into your backside. And you look down, and a red paint can with horns is looking up at you, and the mouth is just flapping away, going, "Here, I got you, boy! I will take you down to paint hell, motherfucker!" And Paint Gunkerson is just laughing his ass off. You don't take any harm, but guess what, bud? You're tripping balls for the next hour, and you're gonna have to deal with that.
Okay.
You are not able to discern what is real and what is fake. And yeah, you are jumping around while Margot, Endicott, and Paint are just watching you screaming about Paint Jesus and Paint Satan. And Gunkerson is just, he's laughing so much, he passes out. He physically passes out. And Endicott's just kind of like, "Oh, for fuck's sake. I said we don't mix paint with computer dust for a fucking reason, Mr. Taylor." Margot, would you be a dear? Just I don't know, just knock him out, bring him into the elevator. He's going to be of no use to anybody for a while.
Yes. Unfucking believable. Come on, Flebs.
Unfucking believable, Flebs. I mean, we just had a very, a rather important emotional scene about the future of everything being eroded to dust, and you wanted to score. They're just, can you believe this guy? Unbelievable. Okay.
Feels pretty good.
You have a problem, and we will address it later.
All right. Y'all get on the elevator with a very, very stoned Flebs, and off you go. Okay. Jumping back over. Actually, we need some. Excuse me. This is not the right tone for what we're about to do. Okay. Perfect. So things are going to get pretty intense, and we've got just over 30 minutes to remedy before the wonderful Jimmy leaves us. So I want to try and move things along a little bit. Okay, so right now you're following a single thread, and on the roll that you got, Jericho, with it being a 10, I kind of have to let you have like near enough a complete success. So sure enough, you run through, and within, I would say 2-3 minutes, you are out in front of the door that you need to be in front of, which it's 1312, Nishandra's room. And you hear some pretty unsettling noises of violence, like stuff being thrown around, and it sounds like things are getting pretty intense in there. But the door is shut. What do you want to do?
We're still just a group. I thought Wendy was the only other person here. In reference to the commotion happening behind the shut door.
I just assumed she got here before us.
Yeah, I'm just assuming she made it here before us as well.
Wow. More in reference to the commotion behind the closed door, where there should only be a Wendigo and an unconscious body.
Yeah, she's probably tearing said body to pieces.
Didn't take long. She got here before. It shouldn't take long to tear her body. You know what? I go to open the door.
Okay. Roll to act under pressure.
Of course.
Okay. On a 10, complete success. Bravo. You sense a magical ward is actually on the door handle and around the whole door. And had you not sensed that, it would have shocked you and probably tried to incapacitate you. Sure enough, it doesn't. You go through the door and see Nishandra floating above her bed, and there's a lot of other things in the room which you can investigate in a little bit. And on the ground is Wendy being subjected to some pretty horrible magic by Nautilus, who looks up at you with a sense of bewilderment and a little bit of sick pride. And he smiles at those yellow teeth as you come in. Ah, the prodigal son, the traitor returns home. Would you mind? We're a little bit busy right now.
Yeah, I do. So I'm not gonna leave. Now, why are you here? Just kind of not like a philosophical question, but like, why are you actually just a terrible guy?
Well, that's objective, but sure, whatever.
It is not. No, it's not.
What fucking ever. I mean, every side has its own righteous and wrong, but whatever. I am here.
You're right.
I am here, Jericho, because, quite frankly, Nish is displaying some signs of disloyalty. I don't want you to free her, so I'm just making sure it's done. And I have the feeling that your little friend here might not go through with the plan she had when I whispered in her ear. So, yeah, kill two birds with one big fucking stone named Nautilus. Seems like the right approach to me.
Okay. I'll see your big stone and raise you up. Jimmy, can you come in here?
Yeah, Jimmy would like to rage. I want to go.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Can I roll to kick some ass on this guy?
You definitely can. He is, he's still over Wendy, so you're gonna have to do a good roll, but sure? Yeah?
Alright, well, if I get this, I'm going all out, so I'm going straight devastating with the gauntlet.
Okay.
Attack, with the gauntlet attack.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Come on. Not today. Not today.
Ooh, 10.
Let's
All right.
go.
Yeah. pull off the gauntlet. Well, the gauntlet's already off, I think, at this point. You run through, and you grab him by the neck and keep running until you get to the opposite wall. And you're using your claws, right, to devastate?
Yep, devastate. He'll take a total of 4 harm off of this attack. Okay.
You take him to the other wall, and you're choking him, and he's just kind of like gritting his teeth and smiling at you. And you, without even waiting to hear a funny line, you slash him across the stomach. And there is a lot of blood. And I'm guessing you're gonna hold him there.
Yes, I will stay to restrain him.
Okay.
Or try to anyway.
All right. Fair enough. Dahlia, what do you want to do?
Oh man, my mic's been on this whole time.
It's okay.
My speaker started like crackling.
No, you're all good.
See. Well, I guess I could like big whammy, you know.
While he's stationary, while he's pinned.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you gonna do? Like, what's the way you're gonna big whammy him?
Nope. Good point. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Can I use my telepathy then?
Yeah. You want to read his mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
What is that roll?
Your telepathy roll is. Hold on.
It's a weird roll, isn't it?
I believe it is. I'm just gonna double check for my own benefit. It'd be great if Roll20 was a little bit quicker. Okay, here we go. Yeah, your telepathy is, oh, okay, here we go. So it's either, investigate a mystery, read a bad situation, or manipulate someone. I should have clarified that. That's my bad. So it's one of those 3. So which would you like to do? Because bear in mind, right now, all 3 are viable. I doubt you could manipulate Nautilus. Just don't think that's viable, personally. So I would say investigate a mystery or read a bad situation. Which one would you like to go for?
Let's do read about situation.
All right, bud. Okay. Give me a roll. Okay. That's fine.
Bitch indeed.
So, you can still ask a question. It's just a matter of whether I answer it honestly or not. So it's entirely your call.
Honestly, kind of bullshit, so I doubt he's gonna answer me honestly if I failed, so I'm just gonna...
Oh no, that's asking me, the DM, not Nautilus. You're asking me a question.
Well, you're also a little shit. So.
Yeah, but I might give you some information. You never know. It depends. Depends what the question is.
It's just one of the basic questions, right?
Well...
Wait.
No, you're telepathy, so you can... on a flexible alternative, you can ask me whatever. It's just on a fail, I can choose not to answer it, or I can give you false information. It's up to me.
Does anybody have anything in specific that they'd like me to ask? Because I have no flipping clue.
If you don't know, you don't have to ask me anything.
I can't think of anything that I'd ask right now.
Alright. You try to read his mind, and you realize that, given he is an experienced spell slinger, it's not happening. His wizard powers are just too strong. It's like a steel trap. Okay. Next is Nautilus. And I know what he's gonna do. Let's give him a roll. Where is his... Did I lose his character sheet? Nope, there it is. Okay. I know what he's gonna do. Let's just see if he can do it. So, you've got him above the ground, right, Jimmy? His feet aren't on the ground right now. He's in the air.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. he is going to use go big or go home. There it is. Okay. Nautilus grins at you and puts his hand on your hand, Jimmy, and says, "Oh, that's rich. A big fucking ape trying to take me down. Well, you got a good shot in. Hope it was worth it." And he blasts you with wind magic, which is so strong it knocks you out through the door and through the next door and into another room. And you take 3 harm.
Okay.
And he drops to the ground and is like holding at his neck. Next is Callista.
Okay. Well, I think. Well, first of all, can I ask, what is Wendy doing right now?
Laying on the ground.
Like, is she? Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna say, is she like conscious, or has she been knocked out by the?
You would have to look closer.
Magic.
You'd have to investigate. Remember, battling is only one part of what you can do in this room. There's a lot going on in this room.
Yeah, I'm like curious about what both Nishandra and Wendy are doing.
Okay.
Is there a way that I can sort of just get more information about what's happening besides
There's
Nautilus?
There are two roles you could do: read about situation or investigate mystery.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the questions to see which one I would rather do.
Remember, you've got flexible alternative as well if you roll really well.
That's true. I'll do. I don't really like have a specific question. I just kind of want general information. So like.
Okay.
So either read about situation or, I guess maybe flexible alternative. I don't know.
Okay.
If I do flexible alternative, do I have to ask a specific question?
Yeah, but if you want to just do regular, like, you can ask from the set of questions on there as well. That's fine. It's whatever you want.
Okay, I'll do read about situation.
Okay. Okay, got a 9. On a 9, I believe you hold 2 questions on read about it, or is it 1? Let me check. Yeah, you hold 1. You hold 1. Okay, what would you like to ask?
Can I ask, let's see, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
No, not right now. I mean, Wendy is a danger, Nautilus is a danger, and I think you're pretty acutely aware of everything else right now. So I would say that the danger, you're pretty aware of what is in the room and what is dangerous to you.
Okay. So, like, obviously Nautilus is the biggest
Nautilus is the biggest threat
until Wendy wakes up and does something.
Yeah, Wendy's the second biggest threat, and Nishandra is the unknown threat. And you know that there is the intangible, everything around the floor is a threat as well.
Okay.
Okay. Jericho.
No. Can I roll to use magic and attempt to like trap Nautilus here in the position he's in? Just make it to where just he, while we kind of know that Wendy in this situation he can't
to bind
escape,
him?
intervene. Yes.
Yeah, because you can trap a specific person, minion, or monster on magic. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
Wow, an 11. Bravo. Yeah, you do you say anything before you do it? Do you say anything cool?
Okay, after Jimmy goes flying out of the room, I want to like kind of wave my hands over and like the section of the wall that he's kind of like sitting next to. I want to like kind of encase and wrap around him and say, okay, now let's time out.
Okay, cool. Do you leave his face or his head exposed, or is it like completely encasing him? How does this look?
I want for his body to be encased, and for a section of it to like cover his mouth.
Oh, okay. So only his eyes and his head are exposed. His nose, his eyes, and his head. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's like, Jericho branch, you fucking... Like, yeah, cool. Yeah,
Listen,
so...
I'm not sure if I can kill you now yet. So just hang tight.
And I like the idea of you... Because you're in this room, you're like... I like the idea of you manipulating it with your foci and using your hands for gestures to, like, manipulate the concrete around him. But yeah. Yep. You've subdued Nautilus, as poor Jimmy probably is shaking the cobwebs out. Okay, nice. Yeah. Wendy is probably stirring at this point, like, struggling a little bit, but not fully conscious yet. So, yeah, Jimmy, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to get myself up and go back into the room and check on Wendy, see if, so she doesn't like fly off the handle when she comes back to full consciousness and just start killing things.
Okay. Do you want to do another roll, like a read about situation or an investigate mystery roll for that?
Yeah, I will. Actually, yeah, I will do. I think it's. Is it rated? Yeah, I want to do rate a bad situation.
Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, so you got an 8. So you get one hold. Again, you can ask me a flexible question, or you can go from the set that's there.
I want to go from the set that's there, and I want to. What is the best way to protect the victims?
The best way to protect the victims is one thing you've already done, which is to isolate Nautilus, and to effectively do what you set out to do here and get Wendy in the right frame of mind.
Okay.
Okay.
We need to get Wendy in the right set.
Yeah. So Wendy's here, right?
Yep.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna try to roll for telepath again to manipulate Wendy into chilling the fuck out.
All right. Okay.
This one.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah. You don't know if it's the issues with what's going on. You keep having these temptations, or Nautilus. It could just be Nautilus's influence. But when you try to go into her mind, you just see this image of Nautilus, and it pushes you straight back. Like it's like repelling you. His face is repelling you when you try to enter her mind. But you get some information from that, though. That tells you something, Dahlia. Next up is Callista, excuse me. Sorry, I had a moment there.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I try to soothe her? Asking the group.
That was my suggestion.
Yeah. Because I feel like attacking Nautilus is kind of secondary now at this point.
Yeah, Flebs really has that effect on people. I kind of still want to attack him, but I made a promise.
Yeah. No, listen, I do too, but it seems like if we let Wendy wake up and as she is right now, I think it would go poorly.
I need to calm down some of that homicide.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. I literally always forget what the role is, but I think I will try soothe.
Should be a weird roll, I believe. And Jimmy, you're about to bounce in a second, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
I am.
I'll resolve that in a moment then. Okay.
Okay.
A 7.
That's...
I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah.
I will say this. You rouse her from consciousness, and she is looking around, and there's something in her eyes that says she's not fully there. And Nardless's eyes kind of like do that little squint, like when someone's smiling, and you notice that. And Jimmy, what I'm gonna say, just because I know you have to bat a second, what we'll do is when this is resolved, since the rest of this is going to be getting the 2 cords severed, moving everyone down and whatnot, thankfully Jimmy can be a passive observer in most of that. So we'll just have you kind of not active in that respect, okay?
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
No, that's okay. So, yeah, you see Nardless's eyes kind of smile.
Yeah. Can I want to turn to Nautilus.
Yep.
I realize his mouth is bound, but I think Callista's kind of just pissed. So she kind of like looks over at him and just says, "What did you do to her?"
His eyes widen and he just starts laughing. This muffled kind of like like that.
Is there still a turn order?
No, I was just going in there just for the sake of ease, but no, there's no turn order.
Okay. I don't know if this is smart, but Callista like kind of marches over to him, and she doesn't touch the binds or anything, but she kind of holds out a hand, and her eyes like start glowing silver, like when she's about to smite. And she says, "What did you do to her?"
Okay, are you trying to manipulate him?
Yeah. Intimidate him, yeah. But I guess in this case that would be manipulation.
Yeah.
Oh, shark's not my thing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn it.
He you lock eyes with him for like a little bit too long. And it's like they're boring into you. And when you do that, he projects an image of all your angel friends being slaughtered in pretty horrible ways, until it makes you cry. Like, and I mean cry. He basically takes every bit of morale from your body just by staring at you.
Woof. Okay.
Because you got a 3, so I have to punish you.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
It is really unpleasant, and Dahlia sees this, and I think Dahlia gets the impression that he is using some pretty advanced psychic magic, which is why she's having trouble getting into his mind and getting into Wendy's mind.
Yeah, Callista's like silver glow like literally fizzles out, like it makes a sparking sound.
Mm-hmm.
And she like turns and like backs into one of the walls and just kind of sinks down it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jericho, you're seeing all this going on. What do you want to do?
Jericho kind of noticed like the detail of like the whole eye locking situation going on between them, and then Nihilus with Wendy a few moments before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In that moment, Jericho kind of just say out loud, "Okay, enough of that." And in kind of one motion, pull out the Sabimaru and try to slice it across Nons's face through both his corneas.
Oh.
Okay. I'm trying to think what the role would be for that. I mean, he can't really stop you, but you're trying to, because you're blinding him. So, I guess that would be. Oh God, would that be act under pressure or kick some ass?
I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. Whatever you would think it is.
I'd say act under pressure. You're doing
I was
something
gonna say that too.
pretty unpleasant. So. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess you do it, 12. So, sure enough, you, yeah, you fucking blind him, and, when you do, his corporeal body fades and disappears from the room. Like, straight away. The moment you do it, he screams, and the body is just gone.
Oh, so it can be a kind of just like extreme pain too. Okay, nice to know. We need to like move like faster now. Callista, Dahlia, agreed.
Yeah.
And not at and well, after saying that, Jericho will of course sheathe the Sabimaru and walk over towards. Is Nisha's body still like floating in
Yep.
the air, or
Yep.
how far off the ground?
Like
Is
six,
it like is it enough like kind of
6 feet.
physically like how long? Sorry.
About 6 feet.
So like 6 feet off the bed, or like 6 feet like from the floor level. Like Jericho like reach out like his hands and like grab her.
You could probably still reach out and grab her, but like that won't do anything. Like she won't wake up because you grabbed her.
That's fine. At this point in time, is it still like within the realm we can try and sever the tether?
Yeah, you can use magic, some big magic to try. Yeah.
Okay, it'll be a big magic roll.
I think so. Let me check the requirements of magic.
Because it takes a while.
Enchant a weapon, gets on. Let me see. It doesn't mean it has to take a while. It doesn't have to. It could do something else.
Oh, okay.
Bar, place, or portal. No, actually, you know what? No, it would be just regular use magic.
Okay. So, Jericho would try to place like both his hands, if he could, like place both his hands on her from her floating position.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably just like both of them on like either side of her head.
Yep.
Yeah. And before him to spell, you'll say, "Okay, Nish, you trusted me, and I'm gonna come through for you. Okay. We're not gonna do just good. We're gonna do our very best here." And let me go ahead and roll.
Oof. All right. Make sure you all mark an experience. You try, and you're repelled when you try. You don't know what it is that's repelling you. Someone is sort of stopping you doing it. How do I want to do this? No, I'm not gonna say what it is yet. Actually, you just gotta fail. So you try and it doesn't work. I will let you try again in a bit when you have everyone together. But right now, it did not work.
All right. Okay then. And from this point, I have a character. Asking kind of the group. If you guys think our next point of action just be to start rounding bodies up, or what do you, Lucy and Peach, what do you guys think we should do next?
I mean, should we try to find the other bodies? Like, start gathering other people up at least? I don't know. We're still waiting for Flebs and Margot to catch up, right?
We are, but since Nihilus's body, I mean spirit, the specter was destroyed, and I guess it's not now in the respawning phase. We kind of are on a little bit of a time constraint.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we try to just find other people then? Because we need to round everybody up in the same room anyway, right?
Yes. Wait, shit. The whole whole point of having Kruger was so like we could like move their bodies without them all coming back to the floor.
Might be a good time to get in touch with them.
Okay. Back in character. I'm gonna take a few minutes to find Kruger's body. We'll have his and Nish's body's locations. We should get back to the lobby, I think. Prepare for Endicott to come back with our redheads. Have Kruger get ready to overload to overload the specters. That might be our best course of action currently. And you said this game still distraught after kind of failing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm blanking. How long is Kruger able to hold everybody back for?
I don't think it's real. I think it's probably minutes.
It's not that long, right?
I think it's like 13, 14 minutes.
Because we need the bodies first, I thought, before we could have Kruger do that.
Oh, wait, then I might be on the wrong page. I thought we needed the point of the overload was to have time to move the body so the specters wouldn't react.
Yeah, which is why we need to find them first.
Yes, those things. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. I'm caught up.
Yeah. Okay. Like, we're gonna have to find them and then have Kruger overload so we can bring them into the same room and then Callista can fly them, I think.
Well, remember,
which is a lot of stuff to do at once.
I feel like, sorry, I just realized, I think you guys are getting a little bit confused. So, Kruger's already told you he doesn't have a body here. He is just here. Something else is tethered to him, but it's not his body. And I just went back and read through my notes because I completely blanked on that myself. What you are actually looking for is Jericho's body. Because remember, Jericho has a body here, apparently. So I checked the notes, and it was him saying, you won't find my body in there for what it's worth. I'm just here. He's bound to the floor. He has no body here. He needs full power to roam around the floor because he's the Guardian. He says that if Jericho has a body, he hasn't seen it, though no one has been in this room since he left.
Right. Yeah, the bodies that I'm talking about are just the bodies of the other sentinels that we're going to try to kill all at once.
I meant for Jericho because Jericho wanted to go and find Kruger's room, and I just realized he
I
has
see.
a room.
Yeah. Okay.
He has a room, but you could still go and have the room. That is tethered to something, Jericho. It is tethered to something. So I would advise you to follow Kruger's tether, but he doesn't have a body here.
Oh yeah, sorry, I might have gotten ahead of myself with that. Like that's just what I meant. Since before we left, he did mention that his tether was like in the same vicinity, general vicinity as the initial.
I just wanted to make sure I was clear. Yeah, I just didn't want to confuse anybody. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're gonna follow his tether. You could still signal him to start now, if you want, or you can make him wait. It doesn't really, it's up to you.
Yeah. So, what Lucy and Callista said was still like was what the strategy was that we still need to locate more of the bodies and that was and prior to like us going like the whole like network to cable thing was a really good way of being able to scout them out, but before I think I'll go. I want to go over to whatever is binding Kruger here.
Okay. Are you doing that on your own?
I'm definitely going to announce it to the group before walking out of the room. Just for time's sake, since now we're working on getting finding the bodies before Nautilus responds, and as if we do that before, if we do find all the bodies, it won't be an issue afterwards because he also I'm assuming he'll also go offline when Kruger does the overload.
That's the assumption.
All right.
Okay. So let's just look at this outside of the plan. So you are going to tell everybody you're doing that, and then Callista, what are you going to be doing? So obviously Jimmy's just going to be sort of following whatever you do, but what is it you're going to do while Jericho is doing this? And then we'll go over to Flebs and Margot.
So just to clarify, Jericho is going to see what is binding Kruger here?
Seems that way.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know if it's a great idea to split up, but also since we are on a time limit, I kind of think I almost want to just go try to find the other sentinel's body so that we can get a head start on that.
I don't. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because we have a lot of steps that we still need to complete and not a lot of time to do it seems like. So I guess in the process I can also see if I can find something about maybe see where Jericho's body is, but I think maybe I should just generally go searching for the bodies that I'm gonna have to fly at some point.
Also,
yep.
So, yeah. It's gonna sound really weird. How heavy / big, I guess I'm trying to say, is Wendy in her normal human form?
Not very at all.
Could I take her with me so she's not in the room with Nish when she wakes up?
Yeah. I mean, you could
Good point.
You could definitely do that. You don't know how long she's out for, but yeah, you could definitely do that.
Yeah. Well, as Callista doing her thing, she sees Jericho run back in the room and it's like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot this," and starts and just takes Wendy.
Okay. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I think that's unreasonable. And just to clarify here, just so we're on the same page, Endicott has gone down to Paint Gunkerson's Paint Accessory Paint Emporium, and I just thought about this, that you're trying to, because this is where I got a bit confused earlier, you guys want the bodies to be transported there, correct? That's where you want them to go.
Well,
we want them to be transported to the lobby, I thought.
But yeah, now we just can have them in the lobby of this
You just want them in the lobby of the okay, so they are coming up from Paint Gunkerson's. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify. Yeah. Okay. All right. So they are going to be arriving around the same time you guys are doing this in game. So okay, so you're going to take Wendy, and then Callista, what are you and Dahlia going to be doing?
I personally, and it's up to is Peach still on the phone?
Might be.
It's up to her what she wants to do, if she wants to go with me or Jericho, but I personally think it would be best if I went and go search for the Sentinels' bodies / possibly Jericho's body if I can find it, but mostly the Sentinels' bodies, I think.
Okay.
Just to start getting my strategy together for how to get them all into one place.
Okay.
So I can fly them.
Okay. So yeah, I think if you want to do that, that's fine. I think you'll have to do a weird roll. For every floor you want to look for, you're sensing magical energy. So
okay.
I think for you to find it, it's not impossible, not at all. But I do think you would need to be sensing that energy to really kind of understand, whether or not you would be able to locate or just get lost, right?
Right.
Because we're not going to be fleshing out every room that you go to. It's going to be a pretty simple. You either find it or you don't, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. We will deal with Dahlia separately because we need to move things along. So that's fine. So you're going to do that, and Jericho, you're taking Wendy, and you're following the thread that leads where Kruger's tether leads. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We'll bounce over real quick. So Margot, and Endicott, you've got a very, very stoned Flebs, as you come up the elevator and you see this pretty battle-worn, muscly guy just kind of chilling around, and he's kind of a little bit like jumps at the start when he sees you and Flebs, Margot, and then he sees Endicott and relaxes a little bit. What do you want to do?
Does Endicott say anything to him?
Yeah, he kind of looks over at Kruger and says, "Are you going to bow to your master?" And Kruger, kind of this huge hulking mass of power, is like, yeah. Sorry, Master Endicott. It's good to see you back, Master. Good. You know your place. I have two...
Weird fucking place.
Well, when you teach a student, it's customary they bow to the master. It's how things are done here. Kruger, this is Margot Sloan. You saw and heard about the deal, and yes. And, this is Flebs. He's very high. Yeah, he thinks he's with Paint Jesus, I believe, or Paint Satan. I wasn't following the narrative. And speaking of Paint, this is Paint fucking Gunkerson, who I'm going to try my best to not kill. I will be placing him over here while he heals. I assume everybody has started the plan. And, he nods and says, yeah, they're kind of on their way right now. And he kind of sighs and says, well, it seems like the plan's underway. What would you wish to do?
What plan?
He, for the sake of expediency, he explains what they're doing.
Okay. Flebs, how coherent are you? Are you with us?
He is high.
Yeah, I'm starting to come down a little bit.
You are not, Flebs. It has been 15 minutes.
I'm high as fuck.
You are high as fuck, boys.
Margot.
All right then. Come on, buddy. Hold on to my shirt. Let's go. We're gonna go and I guess.
All right, here we go.
All right, so you guys are you're going into the building?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right, Flebs, make me a weird roll, please, bud. I want to see if your super stone sight helps you. Okay. You see, what's Flebs' worst animal and best animal? Like, does he have any favorites or things he's scared of, animal-wise?
I'm afraid of hippos.
Okay. You see, you guys know the Cincinnati hippo Fritz, little baby hippo? Has anyone heard about this?
Yes.
He is, would you mind putting a picture in chat, Jericho, for me in general? He is a sweet boy. And very, very feisty. And, Flebs, you see, Fritz, you see this hippo, that goes mouth open, is running at you, and, he's like both eating and excreting light, and he runs past you and down this endless hallway, away from you. That's Fritz. That's very small baby Fritz. But obviously, Joel likes hippos, but Flebs is just shit scared of them. But yeah, do you tell Margot, and how do you tell Margot?
Is my hallucination relevant to the current situation?
It could be. I mean, it's a track of light that this freaky hippo is running around. So it could be relevant. It could be a path that Stone Sight is giving you.
Okay. Hey guys, I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but there's a little pathway of light that I think we should probably stick to. Stick to. And then I pointed out to the group.
I suppose follow.
I thought he wouldn't be able to because the door would close.
Oh, that's a very good point. Yes, excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a lot to navigate today. Yeah, he just kind of says, well, computer dust has taken me to some weirder places, so go with God, son. And gives you a pat on the back as you guys kind of go.
That would give Callista flashbacks if she was there.
I'm actually with God right now.
You're with Paint God. He's kind of a lesser god. He's a bit of a trickster god, but yeah. I mean, don't go to Paint Heaven, Flebs. You're not ready for that.
That's good. I didn't go.
Well, of course he offered it to you. Okay, yeah, you guys go off, and you end up in front of a room, and it is Sentinel number 9, Ndowu's room. What do you want to do?
Should we try to find the others first before we go banging down doors?
It's up to you.
Yeah, if we touch the body or anything or move it, that'll alert the sentinel. So.
Oh, then yeah. Let's
just make a note of where it's at, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And can we just we'll keep walking and looking for Callista, and we'll just note that that's where the path went, and we'll probably
for Indowu.
All right. Hopefully you'll be able to find it. All right. Okay. No worries. That's fine.
Should Flebs stay there and calm down?
You've already said you're going
up.
off. You've already said you're going off.
Fine.
So
that's fine.
I've got to kind of commit to that. All right. So okay. Let's go to Callista. Callista, what are you? Oh, actually, no. You need you to give me a weird roll. Of course, what am I saying? And we're gonna take a break in about 5 minutes. Okay.
Man.
We tried.
7.
I have +2 to weird. I'm not rolling well on this.
That was a 5. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did bad on the last one. I mean, at least it's not a failure, but still.
We gotta take those. We gotta take those.
Yeah.
It's not a failure, but I'm kind of thinking of what would.
It's not a failure, but it's not great either.
You know what? I'm gonna move the counter in the background down. That's what I'm gonna do. There's a countdown I'm gonna move. Okay, Callista, you end up in front of Sentinel number 5, Margot's door. What do you want to do?
Sorry, could you repeat that last part?
Yep. You end up in front of Sentinel number 5, Margot's door. What do you want to do?
I would like to open it.
Okay. Roll to act under pressure.
Oh wait, does it have the weird ward thing that Jericho saw in the other one?
You already said.
Would I know that?
No, you probably wouldn't know that, but you've already rolled. So you already told me what you're doing. So
okay.
Give me the roll, bud.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Stop worrying. It'll be fine.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay. You got a 9. So you know how this goes. On a 9, you get a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
Yeah. Worse outcome?
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, no, that's fine. You all right. You open the door and okay, yeah, I know what happens. You open the door, no problem. And the moment you do, you are hit by some magic. Because Moreau's spectral body was alerted by the ward. It is weakened, but it is there, and it is looking at you, and he is saying, I do not want to wake up. I will never let you take my body. and he hits you for 1 harm.
Okay. Callista looks up at him and says, "We'll see about that."
Okay. What do you want to do?
I think I'll conjure my scythe
Okay.
and charge at him.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to kick some ass.
Wow,
Okay.
if I could get like 1 success, that would be awesome.
Well, no, you
These
still...
rolls are like perfectly mid.
Yeah.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, you're not even getting experience for it. That's
Mid. No, okay, so you do it. You slash him, and he touches your arm, Callista, and it starts to freeze. And you get blistered, like freeze burn all over your arm, and you take 1 harm. But he takes 3. So that fucking sucks for him.
Yeah. Listen, I'm getting harmed a lot less, but also it's gonna add up.
It will accumulate, bitch. Okay. We will resolve this before we go on our break. Okay.
That's fine.
Alright. He, Oh, I know what he does. I know what he does. Let's see. See if we can actually manage this. Okay. He looks at the damage you've done to his body, and he looks back at his spectral, his physical form.
God damn it.
And he says, if you want to protect something, you must give yourself everything. So be it. And he, holds his left hand out and starts signaling with his right as this ball of, blue energy starts permeating and swirling in his hand. And Trevin, yes, it is like a Rasengan before you say anything. I
watch anime.
You're the only one that'll appreciate that. So he runs forward, and he tags you with it in the stomach, and you start to spin, and it is horrifyingly dizzying as it drills through your stomach, and you spin out and smash into the back wall. And you take, man, it was an 11. No, you take 2 harm. I'll be nice.
Okay. That's not looking good.
You're not gonna like perish on us, are you?
Well, I mean, listen.
I'm gonna switch this up a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
try my best, but FYI, I'm already not doing good.
You'll be fine. Relax. It's just a flesh wound.
Sure. Just don't give me 2 more harm,
Okay.
please.
I wouldn't have said that.
Okay. It's my turn, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which way is the best. The thing is, I was gonna try to do unquenchable vitality, except it's just me and him. So if I heal myself, he's just gonna hurt me again, and then it's not gonna do anything else.
I have a get out of jail free card for you.
think-
Don't you worry. You're not dying here. Relax.
Oh well, yeah, I know, but okay. I think I'm gonna cast Smite then, or not cast, but you know what I mean.
Cast what? Sorry.
I'm gonna try to smite him.
Okay. Don't forget, you have,
'Cause-
you know, as the great, I can't remember what his name is now. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Hang on, give me a minute. As the great Randy Newman once said, "You've got a friend in me." Just reminding you of that as well. That is also there. Okay, cast Spike.
Yeah, I
funny.
do.
Thank you.
Um,
Casting Spike. Go for it.
Okay, I still don't remember what roll that. I need to write this down.
You should
Oh, I
also have your character sheet open.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah.
You know those games that let you put like your fucking combos on the screen? Yeah, that's basically what I have.
Yeah. I don't know why you guys don't have your character sheets open. I just keep yours open all the time.
I have it.
Because sometimes it
just
closes whenever like either we transition or whenever
Oh.
or whenever a
Weird.
roll happens.
So
I don't know. I have my thing open. It just doesn't
It's
say like
just,
what to roll for it.
It's just roll to kick some ass because it's an it just shows it basically changes your unharmed attack. It just means it's stronger. So you just roll kick
Okay.
some ass.
You got this,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Really?
You drop the scythe, and you let your hands fill with like divine light, and you risk a shot from him by getting in close, and you do something you haven't done in a while. You use your hands to pierce his chest, and it goes right through. And he looks up at you with absolute hate and says, "You'll never make it out of here alive, fallen." And he disappears.
Nice.
Thanks
Thanks for sparing me in that one.
You're welcome. That's what I do. So you're taking the body? Or do you want to heal real quick?
Can you imagine if I died right then?
Honestly.
Because that would be the worst. Yes, I will be doing unquenchable vitality because I'm unstable. So
I would
yes.
have
Except
I honestly, if you died there, I would have commissioned an artist to draw Callista in the Peter Griffin falling down pose. And that would have been I would have put that and hung that above my my dining room wall.
How'd she die? She slipped on an ice cube and got covered in boo-boos.
Oh, no, it'd be even better than that. It'd be that scene, like an early scene Family Guy, where Peter does the...
wow.
He does,
Let's go!
He does the water slide where he goes down the stairs and he's just screaming at the bottom.
he's
And Brian's just like, "I'm not going to call the hospital because you won't learn anything if I do."
Exactly.
And that's
I do
exactly...
like that.
That's my.
That's such a
That's
Callista
a
moment.
really good one.
Yeah. All right, 10. Yeah, you clench
Okay, well, it's
really
fine
hard,
because I'm
apparently.
stable now, so...
Now you try to do like the really cool pose, and you end up flexing like a bodybuilder, and you end up like pulling the you nearly pull the Peter Griffin pose, and you heal up. All right, you take the body. Have you abducted?
Yep.
Number 9. Okay. Are you?
Yeah,
making...
I mean, I guess I can because he was already. It's not like he doesn't know we're doing it. He was already there.
Yeah.
So.
So you take the
Okay,
body.
yeah, fuck it.
Now, are you going to the next destination, or are you going back to the lobby?
That's a good question. How long does it take to get to and from the lobby from here?
For you right now, probably 2 minutes.
Oh.
Because you know the way.
Okay.
You
Well
know the
then,
route.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go to the lobby.
All right. You bump into Margot and Flebs along the way. You're on the same route, different directions.
Okay.
What's up?
Wow.
Callista like turns the corner and sees them and like has to take a second to take in what the fuck is happening because I imagine that Flebs is still kind of hanging off of Margot.
Yeah.
Correct. Don't mind him. He's tripping balls.
Hi.
I don't even know how to start.
You don't want to know.
Callista like glances over Flebs and then glances up to Margot. And her expression kind of like closes off. And she like looks away and just like starts walking past them and is just like, I'm taking him to the lobby. Follow me or don't.
Well, fucking okay then. Alright. We'll just pick a door, I guess, and meet you down there.
Do you tell yeah, I was gonna say, do you tell him about the door you already
That we found the body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you... So are you carrying on? Sorry, or are you following Callista back?
Since I sensed her reservation, I'm not following her.
Okay.
Anymore.
Okay.
I was going to, but now I'm sensing the tension.
Okay. So are you going on to find Jericho, or are you going back to find that room you once had before?
Fuck it. Let's go back to the other room.
Okay.
If we can.
All right. So you go back, and I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit here so we can have our break. So, Callista, you drop the body in front of Kruger. Do you say anything to Kruger or Endicott before you go back in?
She kind of glances between them and says, keep an eye on him, please. He already knows what we're doing, but I've sort of stalled him for now.
Yep. Yeah. Sure. I mean, he won't wake up. Like, the body will come back, but you got time. Good luck.
Callista nods and thanks him, and then starts walking back.
Okay. So you two, Margot and Flebs, are in front of number 5's room. And we're gonna pause at this scene in a moment. But Jericho, you've been walking for a while.
Yes.
Wendy is sort of staring on your back. And she kind of like she's gripping your shoulder, not like aggressively or anything, like kind of like she's like a child does when they want attention, right? And she's just uncertain of what's going on, and she is like, "Hey, David Blaine, where the fuck are we going?"
Well, we're not exactly going to a room to find another body of a sentinel, but we're gonna go find something that's keeping another one of my friends at this fucking god awful hotel. Honestly, I can't believe this place hasn't gotten like 1,000 million even 1-star Yelp reviews. This place kind of sucks.
And you thought bringing the most aggressive, fast, and vicious member of your little Scooby-Doo gang was a good idea for this new area of hell that you need to investigate, huh?
I thought we needed to talk about something.
Well, I can't fucking feel my legs, and my head has an image of a yellow-toothed bastard in there, looking like a shitty knockoff of Gandalf the Grey. So let's fucking talk, Jericho. What do you want?
I need you to not kill Deshandra. I know I'm asking for a lot, and no one who's in their right mind should think that you aren't justified in your rage, but I have an opportunity here to do some good, more good than the good I guess I should have done back then. And I'm asking this as a favor, Wendy, from a friend to a friend. I don't want to take this away from you. I feel like you think that you need this, but this time I'm just asking as a favor. Please don't kill my ex.
All right. Last roll for the break. Roll to manipulate someone. Okay. So on a 7, they'll do it, but only if you do something right now to show them that you mean it. And I will resolve that in 5 minutes. Everybody go and get yourself a drink, have a pee break, and then we will return in 5.
Okay.
Hello there, Nightmare Detective listeners. It's your janitor for Dusklight Radio and Forever DM TJ, jumping in from the future to break up this little interlude with a little bit of information about the people behind this. I just want to give a special shout out to our crew, the people who make this show possible. Our entire cast is incredible from top to bottom. Of course, you have Spirit Voices, aka Luce, playing Callista. If you really like the phenomenal acting chops that they have, please go and check out their channel, Spirit Voices. They haven't put anything up in a little while and told me that they were going to put some stuff up in the future, but not right now. But there is a plethora of content there that is top tier. You should check out. Of course, you have Trevin playing the very dapper and well-spoken Jericho branch. You have Dahlia, who is played by the lovely Peach. You have Flebs, who is played by the wonderfully, tonally beautiful Joel. You have the phenomenal and sharp-witted Margot, played by Amy. And last but by no means least, you have Jimmy, played by our dear friend Chewy. A game is only as good as the people you play with, and I am very blessed to have the people I play with. A little sidebar as well. If you're wondering, and I know I say this at the top of the episode, but for any of you who skipped that, if you're wondering why some of the sounds are a little bit off, when we were recording this, we had an idea to put it out. Certainly I did, but we didn't really know for certain when. And because this is done through OBS, and this is in our early days, a lot of the natural sounds are still picked up, some of which are very annoying. I do all the editing, so, doing sound design is very frustrating when you hear, like, especially when it's me doing it, like the drops of my headset or coughing or whatever. But, these things happen. But I have been told by listeners that it gives a natural kind of feel as well, like you're actually at the table with us, which is wonderful. So I try to edit as best I can. There are some volume discrepancies because different microphones at the time we recorded this. Things do get much more improved as time goes on, so please bear that in mind. When I hear these back, it brings me such joy, and if nothing else, I wanted to have these recorded for posterity because, one, it's lore for my own Sturgeon universe, it's experience doing extra voice acting and general acting, and it's just such a wonderful thing to hear this story back and hear the jokes and the laughter. And in the real time, because this was recorded back in February/March, we are actually not far wrapping up this particular campaign, and we'll be moving on to something else. That will be interesting when we get to it. And if you want episodes before they come out, we're actually going to be moving quite far ahead on the Patreon soon. At the moment, it's only a couple days in advance, but as of this month, I'm going to be putting up probably an extra episode every week now. We really want to kind of close the gap, at least for the Patreon side of things. If you really enjoy this and the one-shots we do, which are really mostly shitposts, please consider checking out the Patreon. And even if you don't care about that, but you just want to support, we would really appreciate it. Of course, as always, I try to keep nothing that is vital to what makes Dusklight special behind a permanent paywall. So Dusklight transmissions might go up there early, but generally speaking, they will always come out on the channel. It is a very expensive time for anyone living right now, including myself. I don't want to ever make people feel like they are being held at gunpoint or held to ransom to enjoy their favorite listeners, and to be anybody's favorite listener. My small little channel is a blessing. That's it from me. Thank you very much for letting Nightmare Detectives and Dusklight into your lives every week. We have had over 10,000 total listens, which for a tiny little D&D show is insane. I think that's it from me. I'll see you next week with episode 10. Stay safe, stay loved, stay well. How are we going to resolve this? Okay, I think I know. So you've just asked Wendy a huge thing. You've just basically said to Wendy, don't take out your revenge on the people here, because we are going to figure out a way around it, right? That's what you basically said.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think she looks at you. Like really kind of like stops you and makes you look at her and says, well, then what the hell would you have me do alternatively? What are you offering me right now? What is a better alternative than killing the people that took my sister from me? You tell me, and I'll follow that.
Amelia's not gone, Wendy. I know what she... I don't know. I'm not going to say that, because I don't know what she went through. I imagine what she went through was actual hell, and being someone who loves her, I can't imagine what you were going through knowing that she experienced that. But you won't... Revenge isn't a means to anything. It's not an end. You won't feel better for exacting whatever retribution you think is owed to you.
How about this?
You have Amelia back now.
You let me talk to Nishandra and hear the apology from her. And if I accept it, then we're done. But you have to let me hear it.
I can do that. I want to just add something to it, though. If it's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear her apology and you don't accept it, if you can be benevolent enough to wait until all this shit is over with, would you accept killing me in her place instead? We're going to connect threads here. She wouldn't be in the position she's in now, in relationship to Nihilus, in relationship to you and Amelia. If I had become the Sentinel captain instead of her.
She takes a minute. She's surprised by that, and she sighs and says, "You're cross to bear, huh? I get it.
Sick of losing people. Sick of losing people I care about. And at this point, I feel that's the right time to double down on protecting those people who I care about the most. Whether it's Chandra, the Nightmare Detectives. Hell, this case, really you too. We fought, and we bled next to each other. So that makes us really as close as brothers and sisters, you know?
What the hell, Magic Man? Let's see how it plays out, huh?
So, sounds like a... Hey, can you find a synonym for the word deal? You think of one right now? I
Pact.
feel like we should stop saying that word while we're here.
Pact.
It's a pact.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So you got that agreement. You find the source of where the tether is, Jericho. And it is in front of a grand door, which looks very different to the rest of them. What do you want to do?
Before approaching it, like the seeing what happened the last door I touched, could I make a use magic or a sharp roll to ascertain any kind of magical aspect of the door? Like, is there anything preventing from opening? Is it trapped?
Yeah, you can make a sharp or weird roll. Yeah, of course.
Sure. You have no preference on either one it is, or?
I think weird would probably be better. A lot of this place is magic, so yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Not bad.
So that was a 9. Okay. So on a 9, I believe there's a glitch with that. When you get a 9.
I believe so. Let me make sure.
Yep. Okay. So
yeah.
The glitch is gonna be. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna have a problematic side effect. Yeah. This is It's a suspension. It's a camouflage and suspension spell, meaning that the room is hidden, and it is a moment out of time. It's been pocketed. You can't bring Wendy in there. Only you can go in. It will not allow. It'll repel her if she tries to go in.
All right. Knowing that I'm. Well, first I'll ask her. Can she stand up by herself now, or is she still?
She'll be fine. You could prop her against the wall. She'll be fine.
All right. Wendy, I'm going to leave you out here for this one.
Great. I love being vulnerable in a hotel full of nightmares, but sure, you do your thing. I got an insatiable bloodlust. I'm sure I'll be okay.
That's the spirit. Yeah, keep yourself entertained or something. Like, I don't know, like play with like a string or something.
Hey, Jericho, you know I can fucking castrate you with one finger, right? I'm I get you're doing my thing, the funny badass thing. Let's not cross the streams here. Huh, Ghostbuster?
Oh, sorry, man. I just didn't mean to play your part for you. You just seem kind of out of it.
Yeah, I kind of have an ugly fucking Gandalf imitator in my head telling me to murder everything. And you're asking me not to kill people that torture my sister. It's been as you would say, it's been a long day.
Relatable.
Yeah.
If it helps, well, it may not help. His teeth aren't like that because he takes poor care of them. No, I did that to him.
Oh, well, good. That's actually make me feel a bit better. I'll think on that while you go.
Awesome. Hang tight. Not proceed towards the door.
Okay. Before we do that, let's because that's going to be a scene. Let's go to Margot and Flebs. So y'all are at the door, and I'm assuming you're going to want to enter it. Normally what you do with doors.
I mean, familiar. So Callista, like, investigated hers. Is there any reason for me to do that?
I would say it's probably a smart bet. It's a smart bet to do.
I'm afraid it's booby trapped. Okay, so investigate a mystery or read a bad situation.
What did you roll? No, it's just a weird roll.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I have 0 weird. Fuck. That's not gonna go well.
You're kind of normal.
Okay. Middle of the road. You
Normie.
sense that it's gonna hurt to open this door. That's the impression you get.
Hey, Flebs, are you so high you can't feel pain?
I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't know.
You could be. You can roll to act under pressure.
To check.
I didn't feel that.
So you're gonna get a really high Flebs to open the door, huh?
Done.
I'll do it.
All right, Flebs.
Sweet.
Roll to act under pressure.
Yo, Amy's a god at this. I blame Lucy.
What? I did.
Where are our rolls mid now?
I'm sorry, my mid energy affected all of you.
Which do you want to take, Flebs? Worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
to pay.
Price to pay. Yeah, you don't take any pain, but what do I want to do with this? Oh gosh, I wasn't prepared for this. I think you don't take any pain, but it also means that if you have any battles on this floor, you aren't going to be. You're going to be reckless, because you're still going to take harm, but you're not going to recognize you're taking harm. So you won't be able to make tactical decisions. Like, if you get into a fight in the room, which you might, you can still fight. But, like, if they give you 3-4 harm, and the logic is, oh, I should get away from this, you might not do that. You might end up just sort of staying there and fighting in the pocket.
Okay. I'll make it interesting.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you, it burns the fuck out of your hand, and you just kind of ignore it. And you go in. And sure enough, the body's floating there. It's like a very minimalist room. And you don't see anyone else around, Amy. What do you want to do?
Which one is that? Hang on.
It's in Dowu. Number 9.
Okay, and then... Okay, can I investigate a mystery again?
Yeah.
For the first time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You can hold 1.
Stupid. Okay. What is being concealed here?
Spectral energy from the body that is floating in front of you.
Okay. What should we do with it? We're just supposed to move it to the elevator, right?
I think so.
Is that right?
Are you asking me? Or are you asking that in game?
I mean,
He's asking Flebs.
asking Flebs,
Okay.
sort of, but how do we... And then how do we move it without alerting it? Or is there no way to do that? We just have to...
Can I suck it into my juju bag?
Oh, do that!
Can you suck a human being into your juju bag?
Yeah.
I like it. That sounds like a great idea.
You heard him, DM.
Juju bag has no limits.
None.
If it doesn't have any limits, well, yeah, but you got to roll for that. I can't just let you do it. Okay. What would that?
Use magic?
I suppose it would be use magic, Flebs. Yeah, fucking go ahead.
God. Hi, Flebs is a fucking demon.
The experience, the peak
Here we go.
experience of being a DM.
Oh.
Well,
No. That does it. That does it. The Callista curse carries on, but that actually does it. However, okay.
You know everyone hates when you do that, right?
yeah, I know. I hate this reaction.
Yeah, but that's probably
It's gonna
gonna
be
be.
fun.
I know what's.
It's
I
either-
know what's gonna happen.
it's
I
either-
know.
Yeah, but do you prefer that, or do you prefer when I go? Oh no. What do you? Which you know?
No, you know.
If I don't give you the listen, the audience at home needs to know the fuck uppery that's just occurred. That's how you communicate it.
The one that I hate the most is actually you don't see anything.
Oh,
You're good.
well, that's
Keep going.
hey, don't
wrong.
roll shittily and you're
the door.
fine.
Also, you're not on stream anymore if you want
Oh, well, thank you for
Yeah.
letting me know. Thank you for letting me know, guys. That's all right because the music just changed to reflect this, so that's perfect.
to be. I was like, it's weirdly quiet in here.
that is not. Hang on.
Jesus
That's-
Christ.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to hit that. I did not mean to hit that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I 100% promise I did not mean to hit that button. I was trying to close.
Unbelievable. To the listeners, to the 9 listeners we have on YouTube, I apologize. That was
They're
not
all
me.
us watching it again later.
That was an out-of-body experience. Okay. So when you have a 7 to 9,
I'm gonna forget that happened.
you have a glitch. The effect is
Yeah.
weakened. The effects of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. It has a problematic side effect. You do it, Flebs, And the moment you do, the spectral body manifests. It looks at you. It looks at the juju bag. And Ndowu just is like, oh, hell nah. Hell nah. And he makes a move on you.
Shit.
Because he's just watched you body snatch in the most literal sense. And Ndowu, this is our manipulating caster. He is very clever. What is Ndowu gonna do? Are you on full health, Flebs?
Yep.
Cool.
Not anymore.
Okay. He's going to use go big or go home. Why did that not? Okay, I think my Roll20 decided not to do the roll. That's weird. If you guys can't see that, that's really strange. Let's try that. Let's try that again. One moment. Oh, no, there we go.
Now it came through.
There we go. 7. Okay. Yeah, so he, let me think about this. So, yeah, on a 7 it works with some, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Let me check this over. Okay. So, basically, he manifests these spectral fists, and he hits, one of them hits you, and the other one just is not, it's like there and it disappears. Hits you for 1 harm, Flebs. It feels like a real fist just clocked you in the face. But you can tell that if that had been at full power, it would have probably broken your jaw. But yeah, it gives you a nasty knock, and the other fist disappears, and it just like, it is not perfect. Margot, what do I do?
Back?
Do you get what back?
Do I inflict any harm to him?
No, because he's using magic. He's not kicking some ass.
Okay.
But you'll have a moment. Don't worry. You're about to have an opportunity. You just stole his body. Yeah. I think you should take some pride in that first. You absolute fucking madman. Margot, go ahead.
My weapons don't work against spectral crap, I would imagine, correct?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Margot has... Listen, Margot has weaponry for a lot of things, right? Remember, in your inventory, you have weapons to deal with a lot of different kinds of monsters, like werewolves and vampires. Like, I think it would be shitty DMing of me for me to go, no, you can't do anything to him. These are like other versions. These are basically like manifestations of, you know, their what's the word? Sleeping selves. So your specialist weapon for a spectral creature is basically coating your bullets in I would say like a magic, like just that they've been blessed. They've blessed bullets, so they will hit.
All right.
I'm not gonna take away a fucking opportunity for you two to have battle. You've been gone for weeks. I ain't gonna take that away from you.
Huh? Let me thank God. Okay, then yeah, let's pull out my shotgun.
You doing a scrappy do? Let me at him. Let me at him.
Oh man, yeah, we're biting at it. So yeah, shotgun with blessed shells. Let's fucking. I mean, because it's a small room, right? Let's just.
It's a small room
with some buckshot.
All right.
Then yeah, shotgun.
All right. That's just gonna be nasty.
Has a lot of blood. Super excited. All right. And then.
That was a pure Margot reaction.
Right.
Is the +1 to kick some ass still in effect from the drink that I took like a few weeks ago, or is that gone?
When did I say it lasted till?
You said end of the hunt, so I don't know if that's.
As in, still? Are you still?
Or...
Was it taken in the Hotel in Asher?
Yes.
Then yes.
Yes, it was in the archives. Cool.
Then yes. Okay. Yeah, you, yeah, so he, turns to you and hits you with the spectral fist, and again, does 1 harm, hits you in the gut. And while you are doubled over, you reach around your back and pull out the shotgun, and you cock it and blast through his chest. And it does 3 harm, and it's shocked him. He's also stunned now. So a pretty good trade-off if you ask me. Flebs. Now I want you to think about this before you say fire. I want you to really think about this.
Okay.
Fire not good in small spaces.
Let's not set the whole hotel ablaze.
I just want to prepare. If you still want to do it, you can do it. I'm just saying that this is not an open area with other flammable objects.
Yeah. I'm gonna use magical dagger.
Okay.
So roll to kick some ass.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Where do you stab him, Flebs?
I slash his face and slash his arm.
Okay. Where would the full stab blow be though? Would it be to the chest or to the throat, or what would you do?
Let's go for the throat.
Okay. So you just kind of open up with a flurry of stabs while he's stunned, and you finish it by drawing the blade across his neck. And he grips at it like he's actually bleeding to death, and then he falls back, and before the body hits the ground, it disappears into a spectral dust. Bravo, guys.
Sweet.
Okay.
We got our first body.
Nice. So you're taking that back. Callista, let's move over to you for a sec. Are you going for another body?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to... I don't know what the limits of this are, but is it possible for me to try to heal again?
What? Let me think about this. Hang on. I need to think very carefully about this.
That's fine. It's just that, like, I'm still at
unquenchable
3,
vitality.
so if I'm...
no, go on. You can roll again. Roll plus cool. But
okay.
You better not miss, buddy.
What?
I said you better not miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm still mid. Don't worry about it. It's not a success, but it's not a failure.
Right, yeah. Heal another harm, bud. Still mid Callista. Okay.
Listen, I got a 10 earlier.
Mid-lister.
Wow, mid-lister. That's the new. Yeah, that's it. That's the new nickname, mid-lister.
God damn it.
Ouch.
I like Angel Dust better.
Well, then stop rolling mid. Okay.
Yeah,
So you've
roll
healed up,
better and we'll talk.
and then yeah, give me a weird roll.
Nicknames are earned.
Well,
Okay, see,
okay,
that's better.
yeah, that's significantly better.
Let's go.
Okay.
Manifesting that energy on the flight.
Please.
All right. So Callista, on a 12, you find a dorm room, which is housing 6 of them.
Ooh, great, perfect. Great.
So actually, no, not 6. Sorry, not 6. 8 of them. Excuse me.
That even better.
Mhm.
So that gets us 10.
That gets you everybody.
total. Oh, it's everybody. Okay, great. Well, shit. All right.
The only one left is the only one left is Nish Nishandra.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, so I'm trying to think. Moreau is at the lobby, and Ndowu is now with Flebs. So I guess I just have to get everybody in position, I suppose. Do we still have walkie-talkies?
I don't know, but also you still got to figure out that room, right? You got to get them out of there. But
I
you
mean,
might
yeah,
wanna,
yeah,
you
that's-
might want to get everybody over to you.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm actually gonna do a rare thing and ask you at my own risk and say, do you have them?
We never got rid of them.
Well then,
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
at
so.
least Flebs had one, and I don't know if
Yeah.
we all each individually had one, but there was at least one between the group and Flebs.
Yeah.
But
I'm assuming Margot does not have one.
right,
no.
right, no.
Jericho, what do you think?
If I remember correct, I think Jimmy has the actual other walkie-talkie or Dahlia.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't think
I'm gonna do
Callista
you-
have it.
I'm gonna do you a favor then. Say Jimmy silently gives you the walkie-talkie. I'm gonna do you that
Oh,
favor.
nice.
Because you've been
NPC
rolling.
mode.
Let's
You've been doing
go.
so many. You've been having so many mid-rolls.
He's
I'm gonna do
great.
you
He
a
doesn't
favor.
fucking-
He didn't help me in the fight against Moreau, but he's coming through with the walkie-talkie. All right, I'll take it.
He's so helpful. He doesn't.
okay.
He doesn't almost kill NPCs. He doesn't threaten to kill NPCs. He doesn't almost kill PCs.
Okay, so I will use the walkie-talkie. Well, now hold on, because now I have to consider how does Callista know how to use a walkie-talkie?
You can give me a
I
sharp
love
roll.
that you.
Give me a sharp roll, and I'll tell you if she does.
Great, perfect.
She's gonna swallow the walkie-talkie.
Well, I don't know about. She's not stupid.
Oh man, if you fail, this is gonna be so good. All right, 9. You're a bit like a boomer. Like, I don't understand what this strange
She
contract.
just tries to talk straight into it at first, and it doesn't. Nothing happens.
I honestly
Immortals.
would love the reality that you actually try to lick it, to see if it's edible.
That I
but-
what?
That you like try to see if it's edible by licking it, but I don't think Callista would do that. Although
I don't think so.
I do think you would, much like a toddler, when you don't get the response back, you start squeezing it and like tapping it because you're frustrated, and then you stumble across the button while you're going, why won't this? Because you're like,
Yeah.
you're not composed because no one's around. So then all Flebs and Mario's, and then there's like Callista, and you're yes. Hello.
Like in between static, there's like a couple static bursts in between, like cussing in a different language.
So you're trying to
It's
say
like-
you're trying to say why won't this stupid fucking walkie-talkie work? Oh, no, sorry, this stupid fucking walkie-talkie Flebs gave me work, and what they hear is why Flebs so fucking stupid talk.
Excuse me? Callista?
it takes a little navigating to figure out which button exactly did that. She's like, hello? Is this working? God, I hate this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Push the button on the side. We send
Bear
it.
in mind, Flebs, you're high as fuck. So you think you don't think
Oh,
this
yeah,
is,
yeah.
you think this is the voice of the paint devil or the paint god?
Go away!
Oh god, I take the remote from his hand.
Paint demons everywhere.
Go lick the wallpaper or something, Flebs. It'll be okay.
Flebs
That'll just
probably
get me
would.
more high.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that in this floor. Everything's magic.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay, so I get on the radio and I Callista. It's the button on the right hand side.
Finally, she presses the right button and says, "Thank you. Technology is still outside of my understanding for the most part.
Yeah, buttons are tough.
I found I'm gonna ignore that. I found the bodies, the rest of them. Thankfully, they're all in the same room.
Okay,
So-
where are you? How do we find you?
And you could just sort of, we'll get past that. You could just explain.
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah, logistics aside.
Walk out the door, turn a corner, third door on your right.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Awesome. On our way.
All right. So
Flebs, hold my shirt.
Alright.
real quick. Slight programming note. If you guys are good with the next doing 30 minutes, we will be done. Because of where we're at, we're going to be done with this section of the game, if you will, which leaves us at a neat cutting off point for Wednesday. Is that cool with everybody?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I was making sure because I know we do go long sometimes, and we're all tired. But like, if we could do about half an hour, I'm pretty confident at least where we need to be. Okay, so you guys are gonna coordinate, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of time to figure that out while we do Jericho's next scene. Oh, Jericho. Oh, buddy. I have been looking forward to /
Don't
dreading
start like that.
dreading this scene since I wrote it. Okay. Jericho, do you still have all the trinkets that you've been getting along the way for your evidence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when you step through this like veil, it's like it's almost like one of those I can't think of the word. It's one of those I'm trying to think of the right phrase, and I'm like it's like a Dark Souls veil. Do you know what I mean? Like where you kind of pass,
like the boss wall.
Yeah, you pass through a boss wall, and you feel something pulling from your pocket.
The watch.
And yeah, well, first it's the watch, and then it's every item. And remind me, what items did you get?
So we have the kind of remnant of the vial of pain from Pancocrasis. We have the pocket watch. We have the one moment. Let me go see what was gotten from. Did we have a physical item from Yarnum? Because the pocket watch was from Tin City.
That's a really good question. I believe it's a music box.
We had the music box. Yes,
yeah.
we had the music box from Yarnum. That's
So
3. We need.
this is your last stop, Jericho. And as you walk out in front, it's a dark room, and there's nothing there to begin with. As these items begin to come out of your pocket and swirl around you, and every memory within them starts to manifest and brighten the room a little bit more. And it's like a rotoscope of your life. From the moment that you were a little boy, taken away by these strange people when you were the Stormbringer, to what happened with Nautilus and the bullies, and then to seeing you learning at Endercott's feet in the archive, the uncomfortable torture sessions where they would throw these spells at you to induce those additional powers which ended up damaging Nautilus, to the day you tried to bring your parents back to life. And then there's other memories in there mixed in with the new friends you've made and all the memories you've got here, and you realize that there is a huge gap between the two, and for the longest time you just didn't know why. And Jericho, as this room illuminates, you see why. Because on that bed, sure enough, is the body of Jericho Branch. It's... Man. There is a horrible realization when you see yourself. And I mean that in the most metaphysical sense, because you're seeing a version of you that you shouldn't see. What they have been trying to keep from you this whole time, Jericho, is the other half of you. And I mean that in the most literal sense. Because when they implanted this experiment of the fractals into you, it split your body in two. The version of Jericho Branch that had all these experiences and memories is still right there in front of you. And you're an extension of it. And you know this because, sure enough, you can now see the tether tying you to him. And the first question that comes to your mind is, how on earth can I have a tether if I'm able to go out of the Hotel Inertia? Well, Jericho, there is no greater strength than that of love and the willing to protect, because next to you is Nishandra, who for all this time has been channeling her own energy into you to extend that reach as far as it will go. And because magic leaves such powerful traces, she was able to leave a spectral message, which was 4 words. Run wild, young beauty. And this scene hangs in the air for a minute as you take in the splendor of the fact that the most complicated relationship you could possibly ever have is probably the one that is keeping you alive. And you now know the key to getting all your memories back lies within that exact same body, as a lot of other questions likely overcome you. Because the answers to everything, they lie in this room. And I kind of want to know how Jericho's feeling.
Standing there in the moment, taking everything in. Jericho, his breathing is guiding. Knows to be heavy. It kind of trying to control as he rapidly inhales and exhales through his mouth. Still like taking both his hands, kind of feeling around, like just kind of feeling around his own body. While staring at his physical form asleep, contemplating that I've been a specter this whole time, and been flooding through the thoughts of memories of him and Nish and dealing with the idea of how much of like yourself have you been giving to me, so that I don't have to be here. And from that segueing into the flashes of his other 2 friends of Ruger and Dennis, of how throughout the journey, how they've also been helping him since he's joined up the Nightmare Detectives.
If you want to breach deeper into that, you can make a weird roll to figure out how far that connection goes. Or you could call out to Nish and see if you could summon her spectral body. It's up to you.
In the moment I think Jericho would call out for her. To see if she would come and she would materialize, or if at this moment in time she couldn't. If he does,
I think if you call out to her, I think if you called out to her, she would appear.
In that moment, that's what Jericho does. He kind of almost hysterically screams out like her full name.
She appears, and so does Dennis. The both of them are standing on the far end of the bedroom, and they don't look very happy, but Dennis speaks up first and says, Jericho, we said you would find things here that would change everything, and we're sorry, but this was the only way.
I don't know. I'm confused, yes, but you two, I thought I just left one day and left you guys behind. You two have been have allowed me to leave. You two, yeah, and Kruger, and wow, I might be at an actual loss for words. Don't get me wrong, it feels odd that it wasn't all me, but the strain, the resources it took for you two to make this happen.
We...
I
It...
So-
I know your speech. I know it's hard. I know, but... We didn't want you to go. But you told us that if you were kept the same way you were, without control, without a way to hone your abilities, you would just become a threat. And Nautilus could use you, and you said that there is no greater hell than being an instrument of death at someone else's behest. You told us you could never go back to being that desperate boy, trying to raise his parents from the dead. And you were terrified if Nautilus did what he did, spoke in your ear, manipulated you the way he manipulates everybody when he looks at them. We'd do anything for you. That's why I kept watch. That's why Nish did her best. That's to form a pact with you. That's why Kruger could have killed everybody. And he didn't, because we love you. We're just doing what you wanted us to do, but I know this hurts. I can't imagine having your whole life used as a ploy to get you back to where you were. I don't want you to go to trial, but it's not my decision. I didn't want you to have to wear a collar that affected your ability to cast magic and pass judgment on you. And I damn sure didn't want you to find out this way. But that's just how it goes. And I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Jericho will approach the pair and bring them like both in for like a group hug. Please don't mistake my inability to formulate a sentence right now as nothing but anger. Truthfully, I am touched. You two went out of your way for me. 3 of you went out of your way for me, above any expectation that I know that my younger version would have ever thought someone would do. I'm in pain, yeah, but I think that this is a good thing. I wouldn't be able to experience feel so much love, so much positivity if I wasn't able to also truly recognize how much harm those same things could cause to me. I needed to get away. I still believe that. But I'm back now. I've learned, gotten better. I want to prove to all of you the people who helped me get here, and that includes you three, Endicott, the Nightmare Detectives, and the fucking Moody Wendigo outside the door. That I can do this, and not because it's another path that I was set on by someone else, but because I want to do this, and I know a way that I can do this that only Jericho Branch can.
Nish has been very quiet, and as you guys pull away, she's fighting back tears and says, "But that's part of the problem. The moment you sever that connection and bring yourself back with your body, well, Jericho, every action has a consequence. They'll know the 3 of us did what we did. And someone has to die." And sure enough, Jericho, you remember being told that.
Mm-hmm.
And it is dawning on you now that the someone is one of your 3 closest friends. And Dennis joins in and says, Jericho, I might be at the head of that table, but it's a council, and the council still rules, and that we have to obey its rules and consequences. Now, we're not saying don't do it. We knew what we were getting into, but you have to understand, someone will not make it out of this.
I know. I know. I want to say I tried to take the most calculated risk possible, see if there was a way, a variable that I could look around to see if maybe once more we could force the hand of fate, see if we could actually not have a shit ending for people who had such shit lives. But I haven't figured that out. I really haven't. And I've made pacts, I've made bonds, I've made promises. And looking at Nish, I say I'm not going to break the bond that I made back to you and Yarnum.
I know.
Off.
But
Then,
you still have to do something. You still have to act, and we know that. We're not here to stop you. We're just here to, I guess, to say goodbye. The next time Dennis will see you, it's going to be at the trial.
We'll be in the courtroom. Yeah. Looking at Dennis, I'd say, I hold no ill will against you, brother. You fulfill your role to the best of your abilities, and I'll do the same.
He nods and hands you a rolled up parchment with the stamp of the moth on it. And he says, when you're done with this last bit, I'd like you to read that on your own, and then we'll meet you on the floor. I love you, buddy.
Take care, Ro.
The both of them give you a small wave, and they disappear. And I'm assuming at this moment you sever the connection.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Roll use magic +2 advantage. Okay. Yeah. It takes you a lot of effort because you are shaking. With an 8, you are having trouble, but you do it. And the body in front of you begins to glow, as does yours. And you feel a sensation of floating. And this body starts to float too. And within a span of 15 seconds, the two have intertwined. And you have been brought back to your original self. And as you drop to the floor, you definitely feel more power, but strangely enough, aside from the memories that you've been acquiring, a lot of it is still static. It's coming back to you, but you don't notice a big difference. And you look over at Nish, who is now just slumped because they were holding on to you or leaning against you, if you will. And I'm guessing you just grab him.
Yeah, I will now make our way towards the door.
Okay. Do you say anything else? Do anything else before you go outside?
In a somber tone, he'll say, "Let's see just how really good it feels to be home again," referring to being whole again.
Okay. Yeah, and you step out the door, and the room fades. Okay.
Is Winnie still out here?
Yeah, Wendy's still out there. She is chilling. She's just chilling on the outside.
Oh.
Do you want to talk to her?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll approach her, still carrying the body, and just ask her, "Hey, think you can walk now?"
Well, I think I'm gonna fucking have to, cause you got your girlfriend. So yeah, you look like you've been through hell, but you bulked up in the 7 minutes since you went in there.
Oh. Well, see, moments like this make me wish you could have come inside with me. Yeah, there was like 2 of me, and I'm not gonna say it's in joking matter. There's a lot of shit that went on in that room.
It's none of my business, you know. After having a lot of my shit put out there on display for everybody, I kind of prefer other people didn't get to see all that. So, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Jerry Springer.
Yeah, your life's
here.
kind of fucked up.
You know, Jericho, I'm starting to notice that everybody in our circle's lives are fucked up when you think about it.
You think that's for a reason? I'm starting to think it's for a reason.
I think damaged people attract damaged people. Yeah. Well, let's start walking. I'm sure we'll find some other members of our broken troop soon enough. What's on your mind?
To be frank, Wendy, I think at the time being, this might change a little bit, and as moments go on, that I'm probably going to kill one of my 3 best friends growing up.
Well,
and also I'm thinking,
sucks.
if we come across another door, can you carry one of these bodies by yourself?
Yeah. Well, first of all, that fucking sucks, and second, yeah, I'm sure I can do it, and, you know, despite my pledge for wanting to kill Nish, I don't want you to do that, but, well, we can't always get what we want, can we, Jericho?
Seems so. It does seem so.
I heard that. Well, how are you feeling about it? Do you know which one you want to, you know, off?
Wow, that is a wildly blunt question.
Look, man, we're shooting the shit right now, and I think what you need is a shot in the arm. So I'm just asking you because you got to consider this. You can't pussyfoot around this, right? What's the point in pretending you can't do it? It's better to consider it at least, right? The 2 of them accepted. I'm assuming Kruger also accepts it. So it's not like it's a disrespectful question. At the end of the day, from what I can tell, all 3 of them would offer themselves up to do it if they could.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't interpret it as disrespectful. It's just very forthcoming. Well, think I was still kind of in a haze when you asked, but well, Wendy, counting what I have with me, so I have a promise to not kill one of them, made to this body in my hands. I have a promise that I have a promise to get another one out of here. That was not to this one in my hands, and this one in my hands told me if I found their body, to promise me that I would kill them. So it's not even like there's a choice. It's more along the lines of, do I have another out here?
Well, wait, so you made a promise
I want to think
each
about
one of them?
every. Okay. Follow me for a second. So this one here, and I kind of like gesturally slightly lift up Nish.
Yeah.
This one here.
Yeah.
I made a promise that to this one that I would not kill another one.
Okay.
Well, okay, so this one is gonna be friend 1.
Okay.
The big guy in the hallway will be friend 2, and there's a friend 3 that you have not met. So I made promise to friend 1 to not kill friend 3.
Okay.
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 I told friend 2 that I would get friend 2 out of this hotel.
Uh-huh.
All right. Friend 1, again, unconscious body, no body right here.
Mhm.
I told that I would kill them. I'm gonna add some words here because I kind of danced around the complete truth with this one. Kill this one should I find no other alternative to stopping this one from being a sentinel.
Okay. What I'm hearing, Jericho, is that you're really fucking bad at saying no to people. That's
It happens.
and secondly, I mean, clinically, the one on your shoulder's the one you kill, but morally, you're kind of fucked, huh?
Yeah, I was presented a question in the form of a multiple choice answer, but there was only one bubble to fill, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and so when I said I was gonna kill Nish and you said, tried to get me not to, wasn't I giving you a get out of jail free card?
Sometimes, you gotta deal with your own demons. Felt
No, I get
wrong.
that. It just seems like,
Too easy,
you were
guess.
found, with a leg chopped off, and someone said, "Hey, you want me to bandage that leg?" And you said, "No, I've got it." And you chopped off the other leg and said, "See, now they're both equal."
You are making drastically big leaps here.
Look, all I'm saying is, man, I'm glad I'm not you right now. Holy shit, dude.
You and half a fucking hotel nurse.
All right, so you guys keep on walking, and you end up back at the lobby. Actually, no. You end up going past the room. You haven't been paying attention when you're walking. You end up going past the room where especially spirit voices, where Callista, Flebs, and Margot are, and they're all sort of organizing how to deal with the bodies in the room. So because we're perfectly on time to wrap up that way. So
Awesome.
yeah. So you all just kind of rejoin. We will skip over what happened. Well, that we'll deal with that on Wednesday session. But what do you want to do with the bodies in this room?
Well, the plan. Okay, now I know we've all been a little fuzzy on the plan, but I think the plan right now would be to get Kruger to disrupt them all so they don't realize we're moving them. We don't summon 8 sentinels here at the same time.
Too much at once.
Yeah, so I think Kruger's supposed to do his thing now, and then we move them into, I guess, we're moving them into
in the juju bag.
Well, no, now hold
question.
on. I think what we're doing is moving them to the middle and then having all of us do the join hands thing, and then Callista's going to fly everybody to the lobby, assuming everything goes according to plan.
Fabulous.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know how to contact Kruger and tell him this, but
So,
in my head,
aside
again, the
from
idea
that-
that Jericho and Wendy just walked past the door with the body and said, "Hi guys,"
hey,
and
what's
kept
up?
walking.
hey guys, what's up? Yeah,
Hey guys, what's up?
So you're gonna
So it's
call.
hey,
you're
man, hold
calling-
on.
You're calling Kruger now, right?
Well, if everyone else agrees that that's what the actual plan is, because I think
Let's do it.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Flebs, are you keeping that guy in the juju bag until you're back in the lobby? You can't keep him as a
Yeah.
pet, right? You know that, don't you?
What?
We'll wait to let him out
All right,
before
okay.
we're ready.
Okay.
He's like a spirit summon.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I summoned the sentinel I have enslaved. All right. Before we do
that
anything,
would not go well.
Flebs, can you give me a weird roll, please, buddy? Just give me a couple minutes over. Okay.
Oh, it should be mid.
You you get a
It is
pretty
mid.
you get a pretty uncomfortable sensation run down your back. It feels like someone's just walked over your grave. You know that whole feeling, that really ugly sort of sensation you get. And you get the impression that someone is watching you. But yeah, you contact Kruger, and what do you say to Kruger?
Me?
No, sorry,
Callista?
Callista, excuse me.
Oh, well. If there's as good a time as any to shut down the other sentinels, I would say this is probably it.
All right, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to get back here pretty fucking quickly, but sure, sounds good. Have you got them already?
As ready as we can get them without directly moving them and summoning them here, yes.
Because remember, you got to get those 8 bodies to the lobby still.
Right, that's where the flying comes in.
All right, okay. Okay, here goes nothing. And, yeah, you hear an almighty thunderous sound, as Kruger, smashes the, I forget how he was going to do it now. I've completely, hold on. Yeah, he kind of, like, smashes the generator. And, it effectively, yeah, it just like, causes like this huge eruption of energy, and it's like a sonic boom, and all the lights go out, and then they are backed up, and Kruger says, all right, you got about 11 minutes, oh fuck, and as you guys all fly over, right? At this moment,
This is where we arrange the bodies, and yeah, Callista's gonna try to fly everybody over.
all right. What do I normally get you to roll? Is that just that? Oh no, there is a fly roll, isn't there, for this one? I always forget that.
I think so.
Angel Wings has a roll. Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
All right, bud.
Regardless, I think I'm gonna use a luck for this
I think
one.
that's a very sensible decision. All right,
Because
Yep.
if I roll anything under a 10, then it doesn't fucking work.
And
So
mid-list is just not gonna work.
I'm
for
not
that,
taking
right?
that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm using a luck for this one.
All right, go ahead. Okay, so obviously, good decision.
Good thing.
Good decision. Yeah, so obviously was originally a 9 with a luck, is a 10. So yeah, you fly over, and yeah, all the bodies are there, and as you do so, you see why Kruger kind of said, "Ah, fuck." Because when you drop in, there is a couple people waiting for you. Nautilus is pointing his staff at Kruger. And there are 2 hooded individuals with their own foci pointing their wands at the 2 of you. And Nautilus says, well, thank you so much for blinding my spectral form, but I think I'm going to have to take a little executive function here. These 2 are from the High Council of the Order of the Moth. A cut above what you've been dealing with so far. And if we have to run down the clock until everyone's back here to take you to justice, so be it. Consider this your final test, Stormbringer. And, yeah, on 2 sides, you have foci pointed at you, and a very unhinged, very non-spectral